as I begin recording. So, starting our session after managing to cleanse the legendary cursed Ashbite signet ring that Angus had been wearing all throughout your journey throughout Morthholm. You decided to take a short break before this grand feast that Angus had been preparing. Zerth attempted to teach Angus how to play the bagpipes, much to the chagrin of the surrounding gatekeeper guards. Eventually, you set up for this grand feast. A speech was dedicated to you, the hammer strike for defeating one of the greatest foes of the Order of the Gatekeepers in recent history, Mortithax, Daughter of Night, part of whose remains had been cooked up and served as part of this feast in a kind of a low-key, weird way, but hey, that's Angus's predilections. The feast was also part of a plan to weed out the spies among the Order's midst. The Black Dragonborn of House Mortithax that had reportedly been, for the longest time, infiltrating the Order, replacing persons of power and standing, and working their way up the ranks to make Mortithax's plans run smoothly. At first, the feast was taking place, you noticed a few members of the Order acting rather strange, and thanks to some subtle intrigue by the party and a casting of true sight from Dejah, you managed to pinpoint the imposters among your midst. 4 in total: officers, scouts, and quartermasters, each having critical roles in supply delivery and patrol management. As everyone finished their meals and left, Dejah very sneakily pickpocketed these key individuals and pulled out a total of 4 daggers and a single sending stone, rendering them unarmed and unprepared as to what is to come. The late evening, you went to each of their rooms and dispatched of these spies as quickly as you could. Some of them had cottoned on to let you know of their deception and tried to fight back or flee, but thanks to the earlier shifty hands of Dejah, they remained unprepared and barely a threat. Overall, in the dead of night, you quickly and quietly vanquished the spies, relieving the Order of its last remaining vestige of the Daughter of Night's influence. Angus, as you know, the adrenaline settling down, Angus then decided to meet up with the blacksmith, Largrim, who to fulfill his obligation to work with him to get half price off that glistening golden mace that he had in his possession. A challenge was made to craft a massively crafted helmet under 12 minutes. A dubious Largrim accepted the challenge, but Angus, being a forge cleric, has the ability to just do that. A stunned, okay. Yeah, indeed. A stunned Largrim relinquished and sold Angus the mace for half price, as well as, for Angus's part of the deal, giving the blacksmith a letter of recommendation to the temple being built at Duunhollow. There we go. So, as evening turned to midnight, you entered the small Banzalan temple here in the southern wall to do your communion with Banzala, with one of his priests as an intermediary. Let me bring you back up to the map. Yes, here we go. Okay. So, you enter the chamber and push past a pair of curtains draped with hanging beads and small bones, the interior much akin to the Paris catacombs, if you will. You see tall grimacing depictions of stylized faces and skulls reminiscent of tiki or voodoo masks. You can see all manner of strange and small trinkets hanging in various places from the ceiling. Chains of old gold coins, jars of small preserved organs like eyes or fingers and toes, and even small creatures. Vials of glowing greenish liquid, glass bottles of murky water, tiny little humanoid skulls. The room is dark, illuminated only by this burning pyre of blue light in the middle of the chamber. Surrounded by offerings of brightly painted skulls, small shrunken heads, brightly coloured feathers and flower petals and dye powders. And you can see the witch doctor sitting where he was, this massive stone carving of a mask-like skull wreathed in feathers across the wall behind him. A series of offerings are arrayed in front of him: a dead rat, a bowl of yellow-white powder, a bowl of water, and a burning stick of incense. You watch him clasp his hands together. So his sort of long, thin, bony fingers clutched over each hand and rattle something within them, and he throws down a series of small bones, begins sort of tracing a withered finger over them as if to read them somehow. And he creaks up a weary head. You see, blind in one eye. So, you wish to contact the other side. You paid the tolls to the ferryman. You get 5 questions. But the answers be short. Think on this. And he waits expectantly.
Okay, so out of character, I put what I feel are questions in the chat. Any qualms about these, or questions people want to add?
No, that checks out.
Well, we got one blank left over in case there's anything pops up in the interim. Anyone else got any thoughts?
I mean, we can always, like, jazz it up some in case, change stuff around depending on answers we get. But
True.
Be like, what's the... Yeah, because it's always yes or no.
It's always yes or no. I thought there was a whole discussion where it might be one-word answers.
Yeah.
It's yes or no unless the question requires more context.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I don't think where the fuck is your temple?
Yeah.
That just would be unclear.
Rude.
It's like, because it's only yes or no answers.
Okay, well, I'll nix that. That really, I can't really think of a way to phrase that where it could be a simple answer either. So I
mean, the way you phrase that is you ask it to the priest, not the guy who can only answer in yes or no questions.
Yeah, I'll be for often. All right, so we got 2 spare questions. Look, man, I wrangled these fucking questions together last fucking minute. Don't give me this business.
And also probably the last question too. What is the most important thing when traveling through the wilds?
I can be given it a one-word answer.
Yes or no?
Well, I mean, if you had such a problem with the questions, why is nobody saying any questions in the 2 weeks we had?
That's because
Life.
We've already.
I know.
Like, we only have 2 questions that really need answers. Like, we have 2 questions.
Yeah, it's
we're
hard to
ask.
think of it. Anything else would be personal stuff. It is
Well,
worth noting. They are by default yes or no. They can be a short phrase, like you mentioned, if you want context, but they can be short phrases.
Yeah, if the one-word answer would be misleading or contrary to their interests. So,
Yep.
So I think we can't ask a question that would only have a short phrase answer. We had to do a yes or no and then hope that he gives context.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, I guess we got our 2 questions and
So-
just bumblefuck around the other 3.
Well, like I was saying, like, the biggest thing is just, like, we know questions we need to ask. Are you willing to train? This is
here's
something,
one.
and then we figure it out after.
Yeah. So we can definitely do that. Another one, a rephrase of it would be, would you allow us into your temple to talk about trades? See if he even wants to see us.
Yeah, that's I think that was the second one I did. Yeah, may we come to your temple to discuss terms.
Oh, well, there you go.
Permission
I didn't see your
is
edit.
important.
All right then.
Well, I guess with that in mind, we got our 2 out of 5 questions.
Well, those seems like the really big ones that
Yeah.
needs to be asked for everybody, and that's a case where people, I think, could ask individual questions.
Okay. I
Like
just wanted to
Dejar
be
could
sure we
ask-
knew what we had going in, and then. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Back into
Dejar
character.
could
The
ask
veil
her thing
lowers.
about, like... okay, you finished talking.
Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
No, nothing. I was just saying we can get back into character when everyone's ready.
Alright, then I'm suggesting that we use the final questions. If nobody can think of any other group information that we need to know that's key, we can use the final questions for individuals that want to ask. Like Dejar asking about her curses. Like, does he have the power to remove curses and things like that? Or I could ask about Braun himself. You could ask if he has like any secrets for like defeating Valdis or something, or like there's a potential group question.
Ooh, I
right?
have one. Are there any dragons in Tanzania?
Well, here's the thing. It's really worth considering right now. It's limited to what the god knows.
Let's see. Oh, sorry. Hang on. I'm getting confused between Speak with Dead and Commune. Commune has 3 questions, so that's on me.
I see.
I thought I thought I was stupid. I was like, am I remembering wrong? Oh well, more questions.
My bad.
You did. The priest.
I thought it was because we
did
each paid in gold. We got a special thing.
Yeah,
No, that was for the removal and testing of curses, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was for
that was
Curse Be Gone.
probably different.
So 3 questions it is,
yeah,
which
so,
solves our problem a little
yeah,
bit.
three questions. So
It really does.
so reverse that. He says 3 questions, not 5. So that's on
It's
me.
almost like asking 5 yes or no questions is a lot.
Yeah,
It's like, I have 3 questions.
There you go.
It's like, oh, thank God, I thought we had 5. No, it's mostly 3. It's like, oh, cool.
Usually,
You had 5 coins, man, and I got a little confused.
Look, numbers
Only
are
one
hard.
eye works, and the other one was counting the coins. You see and you say, you know, man.
I
God
just
damn it.
do the sermons. I don't take the tithes.
Yeah. Okay, so continuing on.
Okay, so I think a good third question would be, and we'll have to phrase it carefully, but in the rise of Valdis the Necromancer and his awakened cult, would you be willing to oppose his forces with us?
I feel like, well, as a god of death, I feel like he's already opposed to people fucking with the natural order. So it feels kind
That's
of
why
a
with
moot one,
us.
but yeah, with us.
Because if he's
it's a
doing shit
specific-
on his own, there's that, you know? Sorry, I interrupted. Please go on.
No. It's valid thoughts. I'm just, my brain is. You know what? Forget. I'm sorry. I'm kind of just all over.
No,
the place.
no. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so hear me out. It's a bit spaghetti
Okay.
up in my head right now, but
Yep.
I feel like, obviously, yes, fighting with us would be nice, but I feel like that's more of a question for the faith rather than the god, unless we're specifically asking him for a boon or something like that. Because I don't think he's going to get directly involved with shit. Like, maybe he could tell his people to help, but then that's, again, more of a question for the quote-unquote clergy rather than the big man himself. I feel like he delegates. Is what I'm thinking. So
Also
maybe this is a
something-
question for him.
Something also to think about is the fact that his country's about to be in the middle of a war.
That too.
So being like, hey,
But
can
does
you forget the
he
thing that's
know?
directly affect? Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the entire country knows. It's hard to hide the movement of an army.
This is fair.
I'm not saying it's an invalid question. Maybe simplifying it to in the wake of etc. etc. Would you be able to give us aid? Because then that leaves it a bit more open to some kind of help without sort of tying it down to will you fight with us against this threat? Because then there's more of a chance of us getting something out of this instead of him just being like, no. And then that's it.
So
Question is, sorry, this for my own player
Mhm.
clarity. Didn't Valdus already kind of rise and do his thing? Isn't Hefset like an actual threat right now in the world?
He's kind of just sitting in his summer home doing his own thing at the moment. He's probably got plans, but I don't think he's as active a threat as the Awakened ? Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
the
Maybe
the
in
Awakened
this
and
continent.
Tansia already like helped, like they all fought in the war, like the War of the Undying. So I mean, yeah, it's all good. I would probably, if I had to make a suggestion for a question, it'd probably be something like, "Do you oppose Valdus?" And in that way, if he says yes,
Could be an idea.
yeah, if he says yes, then that's when you like, we're gonna go to the temple anyway, as we've said multiple times. That's where you'd be like, hey, BT Dubs, would you like to do this? Or like, can you help us now since you oppose him? Like, we can help some brothers out.
That is
That's
the point.
very-
It is a lot easier to sort of discuss particulars of cooperation
Yep,
in
and
actual
that's-
dialogue.
And that's a
Also
very
wanna add
direct
that
question.
Evans- I also
And
wanna
knowing
add
what
that
side he's on
Evans'
is also
question-
very
Ducky
good.
trying to
And-
say
and
something.
I think.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, Ducky.
Ducky
Yeah.
needs to speak.
Hello. Is this audible?
Yep.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I do feel like Avon's question is also worded in the best, simplest way you can.
Yeah.
Direct and to the point.
It is also kind of vague.
Yep.
It's vague enough to be offensive.
All right. So, is that what you want to ask for your third question?
I guess that's all three.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah, and everyone, the people who are going to be the face in this transaction, i.e., not Liska, be prepared to have to suddenly audible when answer we aren't, expecting happens.
Mhm.
All right.
I don't know if Vellum would be the face in this instance, given recent events. I mean, I'll try and have him speak, but I don't know.
Is the godly stuff gonna need to fall onto the cleric?
I feel like most qualified, but I don't want to sort of just dump everything onto you.
No, that's a-okay. So what's the exact wording that we're using for Liska's question?
So
Do
far
you
you.
oppose Valdus?
Yeah, there you go.
There. Oh yeah.
Short, simple, and to the point.
Hopefully it's not like a. What the fuck? Did you think? Did I not make it clear that I don't?
It's like, do you oppose all
It's
this?
kind of like going
No.
up to like an
Well,
old
shit.
veteran guy and be like, "Do you not like Hitler? You know, you seemed like the guy. I'm
besties?
looking at the medal, but I want to be sure. You seem like the guy that wouldn't, but you know."
It's always good to be sure when dealing with tricky deal-making deities.
Yep.
Okay. then.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want to be a bit more specific, you could ask, do you actively oppose Valdus?
You could also throw in, would you? Because it's not so much of are you now, but would you would you do this? And if he is now, the answer is still yes. But if he isn't, but he's considering it, the answer could be yes.
Then that puts all the vaguety on our end where we don't know if he's currently.
Does it
I
matter
mean,
if
we
he's
could
currently
assume that
doing
if
it?
he plans on doing it, he is currently. But then maybe he could heel turn. Maybe he's working with them now and plans
You
to
know what, I
eventually,
think-
like in 1,000 years, maybe fucking.
Let's just keep
I-
it simple. Do you?
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Sure.
the first version.
Otherwise, we're going to be here all night.
What the?
Man, if only we had time to prep this or something. Sorry, I'll stop.
I mean,
I'll
we're
stop.
going to be here all night. We're going to be here until tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for like
I mean, it already
10,
is
5
tomorrow
minutes,
morning.
and then
It's after midnight. Huh?
It's actually very point.
Okay. So,
anyway, shall we?
so as you all discuss amongst yourselves very briefly the questions you want to ask, you turn back to the witch doctor, and what do you say?
Well, we took some time to carefully prepare these questions for you. We thought about it long and hard and made sure that everything was set up in advance. So hopefully these will be easy enough for your spell, eh?
And you say you've prepared them. Have you written them down on a paper? Is that what you're handing to him?
Yes, I'm also poking fun at the fact that we didn't have them prepared.
Okay. So you hand him a small piece of parchment with a bit of, a few charcoal scribblings on them. He takes it, gives you a silent nod, and begins to arrange his offerings. And he takes 2 fingers, dips them in this bowl of pale yellow-white dust, and begins to coat his hands, and then draws out a series of sigils around where he sits. He lights a series of funerary candles. It begins a series of funerary candles sort of melted atop a series of skulls before him. He takes his staff and hefts himself up to his feet, and his joints creak a bit. You hear the rattling of very small bones and trinkets dangling from his mantle and his ritual staff. And he plucks the dead rat up from his small offering slab, holds it aloft. The body of the past, an anchor for those beyond. And he throws the dead rat into the flames, which swell with a flash of deep purple, illuminating the whole chamber a deep purple as well. He picks up the bowl of water. The river waters for the boats of the deceased. And he scatters the water into the flames, which swell once more and turn into this almost fluorescent green colour that lights up the chamber with a similar colour. And finally, he scoops up a handful of the powder. The dust of bones for the lure of death. And he blows, scattering the dust to the wind and fire. The flames surge with blue energy and begins to scatter. The witch doctor's eyes shoot open and glow this cold, spectral blue light. And you watch as tendrils of spectral blue light whirl around the chamber, surging into the numerous stone faces and mask-like carvings that fill the chamber walls. And the massive stone-carved tiki mask behind the witch doctor seems to stir. Its eyes begin to glow the same spectral light as well. And you all watch as this otherworldly, violet, luminescent sort of underlights the whole entire chamber, seemingly sourceless in origin. The eyes of the mask move with a grinding stone, observing every last one of you. And you feel a cold presence in the room. The presence is surprised and then immediately curious. The eyes move down towards the priest and waits patiently. So let's see the questions. It says, holding out his arms, sort of kneeling before the flames. You'll be willing to make a deal for the crystal tablet traded to you by Braun. The priest seems to hear something unheard by the rest of you. He leans down, scoops up his scattered small bones, rattles them in his hands, once more scatters them across the ground. His glowing eyes darting across them, tracing these gangly, bone dust-covered fingers. You can see where the bones scatter. This ethereal, ghostly light seems to connect them, almost like a constellation. And he listens out again. His eyes move over towards you, all of you. Yes, he croaks out. Takes a deep breath, briefly reads over that list of questions, raises his arms once more. May these outsiders come to your temple to discuss terms. The eyes of the large stone tiki mask move from the rest of you back down towards the priest. Once more, he seems to hear something in the ether. Scoops up those small bones, rattles them, throws them down. The priest's eyes flash. Once more, he traces that ethereal connection between the bones. Yes, be the answer. And he glances curiously at that last question. And with some trepidation, brings out his arms wide. Do you oppose the one they call Valdis? You feel a faint rumble through the ground. The large stone tiki mask, you watch it as its mouth grinds open, and this deep red light fills the room. That presence you felt earlier is enraged, angry, vengeful. And the priest seems to cover his ears as he hears something unheard. He just simply gives a fervent nod to the rest of you. With that, the final question, the massive jaw of the tiki mask slams shut. The flames turn back to a ghostly blue, as all the ghostly blue light seems to all the ghostly purple light seems to fade from the room. And the priest seems to slump forward. You got your questions. You got your answers.
You're right.
Are you okay?
He be angry. I just mentioned that name in one of his temples.
Ooh.
I was
Yeah.
worried. I had a feeling about that.
You best be asking him about Valdis. It'd not be my place to tell you.
Right.
We do have one last question for you, if that's alright.
He gives you a nod. As he kind of stands, lifts himself up with his ritual stuff. You can hear a couple of bones creak in his legs and his back. And he kind of shakes his head for a moment, and the last of that divine glow in his eyes fades. And he listens intently.
Now that we know what we needed to know, we do plan on making our way to his temple. But we don't really know where that would be, where we can discuss with him more properly. Would you be able to help us with that?
He nods and says, "Seek the Tanzin Wilds. The center of the Tanzin Wilds be Tanzin swamplands, in there, be the necropolis. That be where he
More
resides."
swamps.
More fucking swamps. Sorry, that was out of character.
No, in character.
Oh, yeah, you were doing it in
great,
character.
Morse. He couldn't have set it up in a Tanzanian mountain range in the middle. No. No, I'm sorry. Thank you for that information.
We appreciate your time and efforts helping us.
He gives you a nod. Ready to rest. And you see him kind of shuffle off to a corner of the room, kind of sit down on a nearby bench and just catch himself for the moment. You are left to your own devices.
Well, I guess we head out tomorrow. Everyone get all the rest he can.
Well, I need to go to Duunhollow.
Right, yeah. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, that makes sense. Making a stop off at Duunhollow, yeah. Sort of like half here and half not, as he's making... I presume we're making our way out and leaving the poor, the poor shaman to rest.
I'm gonna find Selma. I need to talk with her.
Alright, well, I'm gonna head now.
Right.
Okay, so finding Selma isn't too difficult to do. She's currently in her office, filling out a little bit of paperwork here and there. Oh no, actually, she doesn't have an office in the fucking wall, the southern wall. I mean, it's not too difficult to find her. You can find her in the command room. She's talking with War Master Chak there, and she appears to be discussing recent events.
God, midnight. When do these motherfuckers sleep?
Look down around the wall. You have to stay busy.
Fair point.
Yara almost waits for a moment and probably Commander Selma, do you have a moment?
Kind of nods to you. Says to Chuck, "We'll talk later." And yeah, she makes her way over to you. Oi, what can I do for you?
And I would like to request 2 outfits before I leave. Do you have any Angelus priest outfits or an Iron Gates scout outfit I could have?
We don't have any Angelicist robes here in the southern wall. I might have to go. To the northern wall to procure those for you. But we do have a few spare scout leathers we can give you. You've done a lot for us here at the wall. It's the least I can do.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Oh, one more thing. What did you do with the spies' bodies?
Well, we intend to go out to the western side of the wall, out of the Morgog. Give them at least a proper burial, if they want to rise again.
Can I join that?
Of course.
Thank you. And I've heard the leathers. Are they like the Core Master have them, or since it's kind of midnight?
I can procure you some leathers come tomorrow. It's getting very late.
Alright then.
After today, I think we all
Thank you
need a
very
bit of rest.
Yeah. I'll leave you to it then. Thank you for your time.
He nods and sees you off.
Yeah. Yara makes her way back to her room.
Alright. So, if there's nothing anyone else wants to do before rest comes to you all, we'll go to the next day.
Sleep.
Alright. In fact, I think I can... Oh no, you're gonna have to long rest all yourselves. So you will do get a long rest as you stay the night here in your various rooms. So feel free. If you have any resources that need to be replenished as you come to wakefulness the next day. The day is yours. So say you, Dejar, you want to immediately kind of go to wherever Selma might be. Asking around. Yeah, she appears to be helping out with an early morning burial for the 4 spies that they had discovered in their midst outside the western side of the Iron Gate, the wall. And you can see she's overseeing a number of the scouts, kind of digging for moderately sized kind of 6 foot deep ditches, a few mundane headstones as well. I'm just gonna boot the cat out real quick.
They've got their digging cats out.
It's very similar to a mine canary, but they go in last.
How deep are these deep in these ditches?
Well,
I mean, if you don't want something to come back up,
It'll take them a really long time to get back if they resurrect.
Okay. Oh, there's some weird lights there. Right. So, what do you want to do here, Tashar?
With the bodies, he's going to get 2 silver coins each and put them in each ear of the spies.
So with Dragonborn, it's rather difficult to put them in the eyes. Being reptilians, they only have like small eye holes. You could put them on the eyes, though.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh,
Sorry.
I heard ears, not eyes. My bad.
I think he did say ears, which is why I was confused. Like,
I
they
meant
have
eyes, but I said ears.
Right.
That was...
Okay. So,
It's okay. I was about to say, is this
I heard eyes.
Dragonborn ritual? You can't hear death coming if your ears are blocked by
Yeah.
noise.
Okay, so you take out a couple silver pieces each. So 1, 2. So just mark off 8 silver pieces.
Okay.
And respectfully, gently placing them on each pair of eyes. Selma gives you a quiet, solemn nod.
Alright. Oh, he was going to do...
Not many know here in the wall about these events, what has transpired. But with time, we'll let them know. So, it'll definitely be a lesson in opening our security.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a shame, but we don't know what contacts they had other than, well, that master assassin we had. He's probably still out there. I don't know what else they could have done if they were left alive.
My guess is being entrenched here for so long, we told someone about your security problem.
Most likely.
We had more.
Well, I appreciate you coming out here.
Yara just gives a nod.
Sometimes you have to make tough decisions. And decisions have to be instant.
Lives would have been lost.
Could have killed a lot more people.
Chaos. Yeah.
Oh, right. She kind of unfurls a small bundle under her arm and gives to you a set of Gatekeeper Scout leathers. These are studded leathers, emblazoned with the the insignia of the order on the front of the chest.
Okay then.
It should suffice. If I might ask, out of curiosity, what's why do you need these?
I'm being hunted, to be frank, and I need to disguise myself as someone different.
And if it's not
Especially if I'm going to be getting back to Duunhollow.
Not too much of a personal question. Why don't I ask who you're being hunted by? You can feel free not to answer. I understand.
He is very silent.
And she seems to take that lack of an answer as a hint. She nods. Very well. Make use of them how you see fit. Just
Guys, keep staring and just gives a nod to the dark.
just if you can, try not to draw attention to yourself with that. And with that, she kind of points towards the insignia on the chest. Maybe try cover it up if you can. If there's anything that'll draw attention, it's a gatekeeper scout that's away from the wall.
Hoping for the priest's robes, but I think that would take time, wouldn't it?
Well, if you're willing to wait a while, I can... Well, a couple of days I can head back to the southern wall, grab you a number of Angelicist priest's robes.
I think me and the rest of my group would be leaving for Duunhollow today. Well, I don't think it's... Probably when we get back,
Very well.
we'll probably pick him up.
I'll have some set aside for you.
Right. And with that, Zara will leave.
Stay safe. She gives you a nod.
You too, Commander. And goes back to her room.
Okay. So, as everyone else makes their preparations for the morning, I believe you wanted to head off to Duunhollow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright then.
You're
So, gathering your things, you make your way with Selma's blessing to the southern wall's waystone. She unlocks the door for you. You're all let inside, and you've all used waystones before, I believe. So it's not
Yes.
shouldn't be too difficult to figure out how this works. All right, so. Every one of you placing your hand on the top of the waystone shrine here. Let's see. Just bring it up to the map.
Man, I just realized I have some books to return.
Oh shit! I've got to log into fucking Sirenscape. Hang on. Give me a brief second.
Kiddo.
I'm just going to briefly pause the recording so there's no dead air. There you go. You find yourselves pulled in through the ether in this whirl of colour and light. You experience brief flashes of travel through this kaleidoscopic crystal patterns deep beneath the ground, and with this flash of light, one after the other, boom, 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 boom. You're briefly blinded, but for a few seconds. And the red-orange stone of the waystone chamber of the southern wall is replaced by this enclosed stone chamber, about 15 feet by 15 feet. Number of
Oh, sorry. I was just imagining Liska suddenly appearing in that small of a room. Sorry, continue.
It's a
That happened last time, and it was hilarious.
It is a cramped fit. However, this enclosed darkness is briefly replaced by light as a number of sconces seems to burst into light as you, in response to your appearance in the chamber. There's a door to this chamber. It appears to be closed. However, after a few seconds, you hear the gate open from the other side of the door. You hear what sounds like this series of latches and locks being opened after a few footsteps, and the door seems to open. And you see a dwarfen. Actually, sorry. Which waystone are you going to? This is the August Chamber one, isn't it?
So that was actually a kind of a thing because the other part of the group was attuned to both waystones, but Angus was only attuned to one. Wasn't that right? He wasn't attuned to the waystone in the
I'm not
Hunter's
attuned to
Keep.
the Hunter Keep,
Okay.
so I am going to the main.
Okay.
The
Okay.
main one for this.
I mean,
it's my only option.
You all end up in Duunhollow anyway, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's just that awkward thing when a bunch of friends fly into the same city, but one of them's at a different airport.
Yeah.
Fuck, okay, hold on. We have to meet somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, let's meet at the Denny's.
All right, so
Denny's.
It's the first one that popped to mind. I don't know why it was Denny's.
so
It's the go-to.
opening the door, you see a dwarfen male dressed in half-plate and blue robes. He seems to greet you at the door. Dejar, since you've actually been to the August Tower before, you know this to be a Sapphire Warden, and they typically serve as a type of guard for the Sapphire Assembly. And one of their roles is checking the credentials of those who traverse the Assembly as part of the Nexus. Speaking of airports, it's like magical airport security, if you will. And he poses.
Magic TSA.
Yeah. He sort of.
I'm gonna have to take my belt off and everything and get my shoes off. It's such a hassle.
Yeah.
It's like, what if we don't have shoes?
Horseshoes.
Sorry, continue.
He sort of pauses for a moment and he sort of flicks his wrist and unveils a small lens from beneath his long sleeve and puts it to his eye, and it glows and he looks over you for a few seconds. He certainly raises a brow, but he sort of puts it away, and then kind of peers at you all as if to trying to put names and descriptions to faces. Let's see, if I'm not mistaken, Brand Huntress Aluma, Mr. Harbridge, Mr. Grunker, Miss Greymind of the Security Council. Mounted Guard, Brackenbrick, and Miss Majir.
Yep.
Right, I come on through. He kind of holds the door open for you.
And out she goes.
Cute.
Looking through.
Alright. You are led.
Goes to well, and then he stops and he lets the longer-legged faster people go first.
Yep. There you go.
And as soon as she gets out, hood goes up.
I'm just picturing Angus trying to walk out first, like, give me a minute, and everyone's just stuck behind.
He's that guy. The one that's just
literally
like
the
trying to fiddle
tractor
around with.
on the rail. or on the fucking highway.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking like he's the one dude like when you go through airport security that like has to fuck around with his bag right on the other
Yeah,
side.
he's got
of the
everything in one
detector.
bag.
And he's just like, hold on, I have to get everything resituated. And you're just like, fuck
What
it.
do you mean they have to be in separate bags?
It's like, sir,
Yeah.
please step to the side to let other people through. Hold on, I still have.
No, I've got it.
I don't know why I went Billy Connolly for a
That's
second.
hilarious.
It's the on brand.
So, you are all led through the threshold and into the August Tower proper. It is this immensely tall structure as you make your way to the central chamber. This is blue, purple, and white marble stonework wrought into intricate shapes and patterns representing stars and other celestial objects. The ceiling itself seems to extend up further than any normal structure should. Some of you have seen this place from the outside. You, Liska, I think Liska most prominently, and Ajar. You've both been here before. Liska, because you've spent your time in the Hunter's Keep. There's no way it should be this large. Some of you see these sort of many shifting stairways, sort of spiraling up towards corridors that seem to travel out of view, where no corridor should exist on the outside. You can see young apprentices being given tours by older professors. And on the far side of the chamber, a number of floating books seem to sort themselves in chronological order across towering bookshelves. You see marble statues and busts of previous archmages and other famous wizards who were once members of the Assembly. Grand Evoker Bigby Harelio, Archmage Otluk Fariel, Archmage Leomund Varius, to name a few. And you know of these figures, Deja.
Mm-hmm.
In the centre of the antechamber, you can see this enormous free-floating what would you describe that as? An orrery, if you will. It's constructed of brass and gold, wrought in the shape of an enormous globe of the world. You see orbiting it are two celestial objects, Sayun and Deja. You're both very intelligent folk. You know these as the...
Sorry, the way that you said that, it was like Salyun and Dejar are orbiting.
Oh my god.
Suddenly, gravitational pull.
Salyun and Dejar.
Get down from there. It's like that scene in Mary Poppins where they go to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No. These are representations of the two moons, of the mother and the matron. The large one being the mother, the smaller one being the matron. And Deja, especially, you familiarise yourself with this place during your time here as an apprentice by recommendation of one of your teachers, the retired halfling adventurer and author of the Codex Bestarium, Baldred Kensith.
He just smiles, just looking over the place.
And as you look over the place, there appears to be actually a lecture taking place here. You can see at least 100 students and apprentices are sat around the chamber at a ring of tables and desks, watching intently towards the central orrery, as this ancient-looking dwarf dressed in ornate blue and gold robes and this mantle of what appears to this mantle that seems to shimmer with patterns representing the celestial objects of the heavens, appears to be giving some sort of lecture. You know this individual very well. This is head archivist and archmage Reinhold Hammerstone.
Immediately hearing the lecture, he's like, oh.
the Archmage of the Sapphire Assembly. It appears you've caught him in the tail end of this lecture, and you watch him snap his fingers, and the room lights up with this enormous illusion of the sun above the audience and the orrery, right in the very centre of this atrium. And he kind of says, "Now, consider that, and also recognise the very elements that make up your body are traceable to the forges that were once at the centres of enormous stars, much like our own sun, that exploded out into the void. We were given that spark of magic, that element that traces its origins from the birth of creation. To that degree, we are in some way all connected. The mysteries of the voice beyond, our feeblest contemplations of it stir us. And it would be folly to believe in our arrogance, but this is the only world to ever exist. Such magnificence of the universe demands the inevitability of other worlds. Astromancy in the near future will enable us to answer those questions. Now, when you all leave this room and return to your dormitories, I want you to think on this. Venture out, wrap up warm, see the night skies, study them. I want you to demonstrate your knowledge and practice at next week's lecture." And that, Dane waves his hand and dismisses the illusion. The students gather their things, chatter fills the chamber as they all return to their daily routines.
Jenna just like, "Hey, I need to know what to prepare for Duunhollow. What are you guys doing?" Prepares entire lecture on the sun.
As you do.
Yeah.
Well, where's the exit? I'm saying that in the nicest way possible. I don't want to rush through like this cool stuff you prepped. It is cool that they're like to see the other aspects of what goes on here.
Alright,
Yeah.
so heading towards the exit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Angus,
Oh, yes.
what's the song?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What's the song?
What's the song?
A song.
Oh, what's a sun? A sun is a rare sight to a dwarf, but still, it's... How do I describe it? It's a sparkling mold of gold and light. It trails from one rage to the other, and everything it touches, it gives life, warmth, and a meaning to.
I see. Okay. I've never seen one.
It could be like, how would you describe it? The light of molten lava.
You know what? You should wear those goggles with me, and we'll take a step outside the capital for a moment. You'll get to see it for the first time with those, eh?
Oh, okay.
So I was just looking at Angus and then looking to Grunker, looking back to Angus and just going, "You're wearing them too."
I'm not gonna stare directly at it. Just nearby. And he winks.
Fine.
is there anything we need to do here?
Black Spice, I think he wanted Dajar to do something here as well.
Yes. Where's Reinhammer at the moment? Is he still in? Did he leave?
Dane is still there in the centre near the orrery, kind of packing up his things. As everyone
gonna head over to Dane.
All right. You kind of approach Dane and sees he's rolling up a few spell scrolls and putting them in his satchel. Oh, Dajar, I've not seen you in some months.
Yes, I've been quite busy, Professor Dane.
It's good to see you again. You know,
it is.
You know, last time you were here, you revealed one of our archivists had lost his marbles.
Yeah, I wanted to check in on him to see if he's still lost, or has he regained his faculties.
Hold on. And that he kind of takes you aside for a moment at the far side of the chamber. He kind of looks around for a moment. And you see him kind of discreetly snap his fingers. And a number of glyphs flicker through the air around both of you, and then quickly become invisible once more. And suddenly, the din of students talking with one another, and the shuffling of books falls away into silence. Dajar, I believe you and your friend stumbled upon some very grim tidings indeed.
Oh boy. What else did you find out after that little incident in the library?
Trahal Aldrixis, the lad is in a bad way. Nigh inconsolable. The last words he spoke to us, he rambled about the 5 great minds that would reawaken and rise from beneath thy. He sanctioned the use of mind reading, attempt to gain more information. Saw visions of some great malformed winged beast. It appeared as a dragon, but it radiated this maddening whisper I could nearly understand.
Jar's face just falls deadpan at hearing that.
The archivist, he is naught but a shadow of his former self now. Won't speak a word but babbling nonsense. Some information was revealed to me by contacts in the keep some months ago. A prospective hunter by the name of Balthazar Alruin supposedly resurrected Crothis. Have you heard the name Crothis, lass?
I heard of it. There was that name was connected to one named Malinus. I did research on dragons way back.
The son of the frozen ruin, aye.
Okay.
That was Crothis, the creature, him, Balthazar and a group of other hunters were tasked with slaying. According to accounts by Now Grand Huntress Liska Aluma. And he kind of looks over towards your far off group, nods towards Liska. The body mutated and took off to the north. Now, I've been speaking with Archmage Terrell von Kraus of the Royal Mages Guild in the Commonwealth, and Sir Whitefang of the Keep. Supposedly, this creature may be behind a series of attacks of the northern shores of the Commonwealth. There are confirmed sightings of the beast attacking villages and abducting farmers and fleeing north. Now, Vijar, we all know of your occupation. There are very few who know of the old gods in there and their machinations. Most are called madmen, or even suggesting the idea, the very existence. Those who've delved into the unknown reaches of the universe, or even our very own world, and lived. They are wise not to dismiss those dangers outright. I remind you, as part of the Enclave, that you are sworn to secrecy regarding these matters. Am I clear?
Crystal clear, sir.
All tendrils of the old god's influence into the materium are to be expunged with the utmost discretion. If word were to get out to the wider populace, pandemonium, societal breakdown, they're soon to follow.
Jared looks away from him for a moment. I have some more bad news.
What is it?
Well, my groups and I cleansed a artifact that was found in the Moorbog.
I fail to see how that is bad news.
Let me finish.
Waits patiently.
This artifact had I think the word slotty in it. A being of hunger and I don't know, flesh.
I know what a sladdy is, lass.
He pulls out what is wrapped from her in wax paper. The flesh. This is the flesh of this slotty that my group particularly nods to Angus, help vanquish and send him back where it belongs.
Keep that hidden here, lass. And with that, he kind of immediately takes the hem of his robe, and actually, no, because you got a cloth with you, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. So he kind of snatches that away from you, kind of hides it away. Keep that hidden here, lass.
Or did you think I came back and wanted to talk to you first?
Aye. A wise move. Kind of shuffles away from the wider gaze of the chamber. There's a quick. You see him do this quick motion with his hands. A sort of glimmer across his eyes. And a few runes begin to encompass that clump of flesh that he holds within the rag. So where did you find this slot?
Well, it was in a ring, an artifact that was found in the Morbog. It changed after we defeated it.
So, because Dajar's intelligent, it wasn't found in the Morbog.
Oh no, she's saying that he's saying it purposefully.
Oh, so this is an active deception. Okay. So just go ahead and make me a deception check.
Get this. Where is it at? Here we go. Well, here we go. 7.
Let's see, insight. Actually,
I can't even help you.
This would be his passive insight, wouldn't it?
You know what? Hold on. See if I can roll that again. Oh, I didn't do the thing, so nope. Stays there.
So 11. He kind of eyes you for a moment. Sure, I've known you long enough to tell when to know when you're telling me lies. Not a wise thing to do to an archmage.
He grimaces. Angus had the ring before we went in the Morbog.
The mountain guard.
It was, from my understanding, a quest?
Right.
That's why I'm just picking up.
Right, I remember now. I have heard through the grapevines that this mountain guard was given a quest by the king. Some sort of task to. The details I know little of, but it might explain a lot. But you see, this was cleansed.
Yes.
Cleansed how? Is it a threat anymore?
No. Like I said before, when it was defeated, Angus made sure it went back to where it belongs. It was not of this world.
Well, I fail to see how this is bad news.
Well, he thinks for a moment. I think it's not bad news at all. I was so worried.
Fortunately, it's you still have some grim tidings to deal with. The creature roaming the northern shores of the Commonwealth. See, as well as the lives being lost to this fell creature, it's look, it has the potential to become a political storm between Mainland and the Commonwealth. Things are tense enough as it is. The Mages Guild sees this as this beast as a graven mistake by the Duunhollow branch of the keep. and the Silver Crown turning a blind eye to it. But the Silver Crown is drowning the keep in so many investigations and hearings as to grind their operations to a halt. Intentional or not, I don't know. But they're unable to send out any more hunters to track down this creature.
Okay.
Worse still, Archmage Etzelas Cattle has revealed to me an account of a similarly described beast of the northern coasts of the Actuan Gulf. This was a week ago.
Wait a minute. I guess me and my group traveled through Morbog. Some other creatures like the one that's hunting up north?
Aye. Looks like it might have migrated over to Tanzia. What purpose, I don't know. No one knows. And it's been difficult to track.
What direction were they heading in?
This creature?
Yes. The one over the Joan Gulf.
It seemed as though it travelled from the northern coasts of the Commonwealth towards Tanzia. We believe it may have crossed the White Wastes.
This is right. Get in touch with the Archmage over there. I will reveal more when I get back from talking to the Hunter's Keep. There's a storm coming. I can't tell you much right now. There's a storm coming, and we best be prepared.
Well, this is why I'm glad to see you, Jar. The late Mr. Alvaruin allegedly created this beast, and he was among the leadership of a mercenary group called the Black Hand. Now, that organisation grows in power and scale, sends its mercenaries all across Mainland, taking much of the duties of the Iron Guard. Even now here in Duunhollow, the Black Hand's guards patrol the streets.
Right.
And news has spread of your affiliation with the Black Hand, Miss Mishir. Perhaps you know something about all of this. What are you not telling the Enclave?
I'll just be frank here. I indented my service to the Black Hand, thus becoming the court wizard to their leaders. I do have information of what's been going on, and I've been trying to, at best, warn people of the coming war that's going to attack Tanzian shores.
You stumble upon more and more grim tidings, Deshard.
I've gotten myself into a very deep pickle, if it were. I don't know the saying.
He holds up a finger for a moment. One thing at a time, young Deshard.
I know.
I speak to you. Not on behalf of the Sapphire Assembly, but on behalf of the Enclave. I have come to offer you a simple task. He kind of rummages around in the folds of his robes and plucks out a small trinket. It's a long, blue, glowing dagger. The blade itself is wrought from blue crystal, and its metal is forged with it's sort of black onyx-like material, metal. You've seen one of these before. In fact, you've used one of them to when tracking down a few dangerous entities using or resulting from uncontrolled or extraplanar magic, be they man or beast. This is a laystone siphoner. It's used to siphon the magic from a creature after it's passed on, and send that energy back through the ley lines, back to its plane of origin. It can also be used to close rifts and portals to otherworldly planes. It can take the form of any weapon of its user's choosing, be it a dagger, a staff, a wand or a sword, etc. And these are created almost exclusively by the Enclave, for the Enclave. Gather those whom you trust most to have your back. Seek out this twisted creature. Destroy it and steal away and seal away whatever foul energies it's brought with it to the Materium. He holds the dagger out to you. Pommel first.
Dejara takes it by the pommel. I swear to do this.
Gives you a nod.
And definitely puts it back in her belt.
Sooner this is done, the better. If the Hunter's Keep can't help, then it is our duty as the Ebony Enclave to step in.
Right.
I wish you well, Dejar.
You too, Professor Dane.
Gives you a nod, shakes your hand, and with a snap of his fingers, the din of the chamber once again fills your ears, and he makes his way off.
And make it my way back to the group.
I thought we like split off or something. I don't know. Are we trying to stick together?
So, well, if you want to kind of continue without Dejar, that's up to you.
I just didn't know what the plan was. I thought everyone had their own little agendas to go do. So I was just so I'm clear. Are we sticking together, or are we just splitting off and doing our thing to get it done?
I think more like
So
splitting.
did we just all just see Dejar have this long conversation and we're waiting for her and get handed the dagger? Or?
Okay, it seems that everyone wants to kind of split off and do their own thing, so we can do that. We'll consider that Dejar's moment.
And I figured, like, for a surreptitious conversation about very important.
Yeah, I don't think you
probably didn't do it just out in the open.
No. Like in a sort of corner somewhere. Just yeah. Okay, so as the rest of you sort of step out into Duunhollow, I'll bring up the map.
Oh, this is pretty.
Oh, man. Haven't seen that in a little while.
Indeed.
Indeed.
So, here is your location.
Right.
As you step out into the familiar, the familiar warm air of Duunhollow, you can see the various familiar sights of stone abodes kind of stacked high, kind of carved into the cave walls. You can see the tremendously gargantuan sort of cave-like dome that seems that sort of encompasses all of Duunhollow. The various enormous stone pillars stretching high into the air, kind of connecting with the ceiling. You can see the crowds of people kind of meandering about their daily lives. Yes, there is a return to menu button there for you. Just try not to hit it if you don't want to return to the menu.
Yep, making sure.
Go figure.
Because all this stuff's on it and everything, and I'm like, oh no, am I having a problem?
Yeah, you'll see those icons on the party there. That's just to represent who's currently in that party.
Oh god, I really gotta
Got
zoom.
it.
I gotta
Oh my
zoom the
God.
fuck in.
Yeah. Super zoom.
Yes, the glory.
Oh, that's
City
cool.
maps
I like the
are
icons.
big
There's shops
to
everywhere.
student.
I think the yard would cast invisibility on herself as leaving
Oh, okay.
the Augur Tower. Because, yeah.
So you have an hour of invisibility. Right,
There you go.
just out of curiosity, can everyone access the various tokens around?
Oh, do we have to be near them?
Oh,
to do
hell
that?
yes.
I haven't actually checked.
Carvins, tinctures,
I'm gonna hold.
It says that cannot find a token of character to represent you, so I guess we might,
Right, hang on.
unless you can.
I have to show
Get
to
rid
players.
shit.
Suddenly.
Okay.
So just let me know which vendor you want to go to, and I'll just reveal that as we go, as and when. So
Yes,
uh,
I'm happy.
Oh god, no, not again. I can't do this.
oh no!
Not the shopping episode.
So veer off the shopping for now. We'll do that. We'll do
Maybe
that
after
after
session.
Yeah, after session.
Yeah.
Second.
After session.
Yeah, I was getting worried for a second. It's like, oh god, several actual shops. Please no.
I was
Mercy.
going to suggest that we say we have X number of hours to shopping, and then we do that after this session. Just say hand wave X amount of hours have passed doing this.
Yep.
Also, sometimes I forget that this place might actually be suitable for like a tram system, just to make sure transport actually goes around. at
Might.
decent pace.
I mean, it does have one.
Yep.
No, I mean like localized tram within the city.
I mean, yeah.
But that would take away from the bustling cart industry.
Yeah,
I mean,
like the penny caps, man.
yeah. You have used those goat-drawn carts before.
In fact, we rode on one as we saved the king.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We had a
Guys
whole
did.
chase with one.
Imagine if we didn't have that. Instead, we had a shut down tram. We wouldn't have saved the king.
You've been fucked.
Hotwire it. Just
You raised a fair point.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Dejar's invisible, so the group's heading out. Because she's having her talk. So then, shortly after, I suppose, we're all sort of meandering our way out of the Sapphire Assembly there, the Sapphire Archives. Excuse me.
Yep. The Augur's Tower. The Sapphire Archives are over there.
So we are all leaving that, and I suppose as we're at some sort of doorway to go out to the main Cobalt Quarter, Angus is just gonna clap his hands. Buddy, So I have some matters I need to take care of. I want to see some folks and catch up on with some friends and personal, processes. I'm not really sure it's something best to like, oh, you want to come along, grabbing lunch kind of thing, but is there anything anyone needs me to be around for?
Actually, I was wondering if, Liz is going to kind of motion to the 3 people who make shit in their party. It's like, I happen to snag this, and she's going to pull out the Scimitar of Speed. Because it was hinted, like I heard y'all whispering amongst yourselves, not suspiciously at all, that you can take this and put it, and she like pulls out of her bag of holding her like a glaive and put it on this. Is that true?
Well, I mean, we would.
And we honor her place with a very special forge.
Yes.
Only that moving an enchantment would risk losing it if done improper.
Well, that's why I'm coming to all of you, because I think y'all would do it properly.
He immediately sticks his chest out. Well, you came to the right person then. People, as he looks to the others. Right people.
Now just gives a nod at first, but there's a hint in her eye that says, yeah, it's still like risky business, but we could probably do it.
Just take that twinkle out of your eye, lassie. We can. Hey, it's nothing we can't do. I already planned to do it anyway. What's one more, eh? Just tell you what, I need to meet up with one of me lads. Hey, I'm going to be heading over to the Duunhollow district over there. I'm looking at doing a wee bit of a catch up with the head smith there. So you could come along with, and we could look at that forge and see the process.
I mean, I am not someone who does the forging. It would just be an interesting thing to watch, perhaps, but I do also have, like, I don't know how long we're going to be here, so I don't know the kind of time schedule that's allowed, and I have been away from the Hunter's Keep for quite a long time, and I need to catch up and figure stuff out about that, and then I have armor being made that they need to drop stuff up. Like, how about and she checks the non-existent wristwatch that she has, in about 5 hours or so, we meet up at like the big huge forge or something, whatever. Where is it again? Oh wait, is it okay? It's right outside the throne room. Got you. Okay, sorry. It's been a while since I've been here. Outside the cathedral. That's it.
It's over in the. It's in yonder direction as he points westward.
So, say it's like 5 hours. That sounds like a good amount.
5 hours? Yeah, you should.
Because I mean, we're here for at least 24 before we can use the waystone again.
It would be good to know what we to get done, what we need to get done, but know what time we have to work, what we need to do before we commit to it.
I was planning on staying the night up over near the Royal District, because I mean, we got permission. We could do it last time, so I was thinking and stay in the nice place up there, and if nothing else, we can all meet back up there at the end of the day, so we don't go to a bunch of different inns, unless you want to go to a different place, you know.
Well, I mean, if you want to go stay up in the Royal Promenade sort of area, that is fine, but I do know that everybody else happens to be members of the keep, So if you wish, you always have a room there as well for free. It is
Oh,
up to
thank
all of
you.
you.
I might actually join you, Angus. We have a few projects and other stuff I want to go over with you.
Sounds great. Can I ask one thing, though? Not to you, that sounds just lovely, say. But one thing of you, please, Scott. Having someone make you armor? And he has this sad look on his eyes. You didn't even ask me?
Well, it was pretty much before we will have a party together, and plus it's adamantine, and you don't know how to handle adamantine yet.
He kind of raises a brow at you. I mean, right.
I mean, would you like someone to come in and be like, hey, sorry, I know you've been working on the thing for 7 to 8 months, but this other guy, hey, so can I take it away? And yeah.
Yep. That's I'm holding me tongue.
I mean, if you want to, you could come talk to him, like discuss how to work adamantine and do all that fun stuff.
I might take you up on that offer. I've got a very busy day. But I hope that goes well.
I mean, from what I've seen so far, he is very, very good at what he does. He taught Vellum something, didn't he? Vellum, like he teach you how to work with some metal?
Yeah. That was a while back, so might be willing to do the same courtesy for you.
I think it was him who actually taught Vellum how to make adamantine, work with adamantine.
Yes, it was. Vellum is very out of sorts, though, so he is sort of. He's like, he remembers, but it's like,
Okay.
yeah, totally.
So yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you wish to come along, I'm going to go drop off that huge fucking keystone of adamantine, and I think with that, they'll probably be finished, or probably have enough material to finish my armor, and then yeah.
Well, in that case, I'll come with you. I might have a bit on me to sort of melt down, and there was something I wanted to work with him on.
If there's any left over, might be a good idea to request those back.
Well, yeah, of course, but we gotta see if this is even enough yet.
I'm a very big woman. It takes a lot of metal to cover me.
That it does.
Sal just turns with her hands to the size of the keystone, and then just
Full plate is a lot of plates.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure there will be at least enough for. Sal just gauges up and down Lishka for a moment. Upper body plus arms?
Maybe. It depends, like, I don't do the blacksmithing thing. I guess it kind of depends on how thin or thick you wish to make the plate.
As far as I recall, adamantine is stupidly strong, even in thin layers, so.
There's a lot of nuance to it.
Alright, anyway. So I'm going to go ahead to drop stuff off for my armor and whatnot. I need to check on the Hunter's Keep, and in 5 hours we meet up at this special anvil place. Good?
Sure, that works.
Alright. Granka, do you have plans?
Other than seeing this air quotes sun.
Granka, I have a question. When we were traveling to the Morbog,
I was
Yeah.
wondering that.
We did so during the day.
Yeah.
Did you? You were outside during the day, yes?
Yeah.
The big, hot, glowing thing in the sky?
Yeah, it's the bug.
No, that's the sun.
No, it's the bug.
I
Yeah.
love Grunker.
Yeah, so that's so you've seen it.
But it's just a big bug. It's not a big, like, glowing thing that gives life and whatever Angus said.
No, it is. It's not an actual bug.
What?
You might think it is because, like, you're used to having something over your head and, like, a limit on how far things are away from you. That thing is, like, super, super far away. Like, it's not a bug, it's something else.
You know, I'm a little curious. Why aren't we asking the El Shamak man what the sun is?
I tend to try not to have religion answer questions because they tend to get things wrong.
Well, besides that, you pretty much put a fine point on it, Angus, so I wasn't gonna cook Grunker's brain with any of the religious business.
Naps and gives a thumbs up. Good enough for me.
I'll be with my...
Alright.
So you're going to go outside and, you know, look at something bright. Anything else that you plan on doing, Gronk?
No. Wait. This is the place with the tattoos? It's the place with the tattoos, right?
Yes.
Yeah, could maybe check if there's anything that I could get.
I mean, it's very potential. She's, if I remember, she is in the Emerald Circle, which is about that
Over
way.
there.
Yeah, and she like
I remember.
points.
Sal, for a moment, recalling back to the artist and the tattooer, and just be like, you open her chin, sort of for a moment, just ponders.
Tattoos? You just hear a voice right beside you, saw you, but no one's there.
With a raised finger, Sal answers back, Jar, I'm about to sucker punch in air, and if you're hit because you're invisible, that is your own fault.
Sure. Immediately steps out of 5 foot.
So it tries to be sneaky so badly and just fumbles at the first hurdle every time.
Also, why are you invisible?
I don't want to be seen by Black Hand God, so this is the best thing right now.
And as she mentions that, you do see, kind of as you're stepping out of the August Tower and into these bustling, familiar streets of Duunhollow, as you're kind of walking and talking at this point, one of the first things you notice that stands out from the last time you were here is the surprising lack of Iron Guard around, and the substantial presence instead of guards are wearing black, sort of dark armour, tall helmets, and the emblem of a broken hand engraved into their breastplates. Black Hand Guards. While you find almost exclusively dwarves among the ranks of the Iron Guard, the Black Hand Guards are seemingly very diverse with whom they recruit. Humans, dwarves, halflings, and they sit and they kind of watching the crowds, seemingly sort of idly searching.
Dejar, and like, just because she's kind
Okay.
of looking around, because she doesn't know where Dejar is, just kind of casually talking into the ether. Dejar, can't you just like make yourself look different instead of being invisible?
I panicked, okay?
That's fine. Alright, I'm going. farewell. And she just kind of like nods to Vellum and starts walking.
Yep, Vellum is following after.
Right. So I've got a busy day planned.
Likewise, I have to go see about a few areas, mostly specific tools for my projects. Other than that, might go see the lady, but otherwise I'll likely join you sooner than later.
You guys can follow Liska mostly. Bye.
Okay, so who wants to go up first?
I guess I'll try.
Yeah,
Alright.
get the metal
few
folk out
things
of
that
the way.
might take a while.
So you're first, so we'll headed to Hammerholm, I believe.
Yep. Bravek Cinderbreed.
Bravik Cinderbreed. Alright, so making a Bravik.
Sorry. Continue.
As they're walking, Liska's gonna look like, do either of you... Actually, wait, she didn't see the jar follow. She's gonna look to... Yeah, she's gonna look to them like, do you speak Dwarven?
No, it's one of the few
See
languages I
this
don't
works.
actually know.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to talk in Dwarven for just like a little bit, but then I'm going to like swap over to Common just to, you know, make you not feel like you're excluded or anything. Is that okay?
That's fine, I appreciate that, courtesy and all that. Yeah, would help following along with what's going on and what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Always good to listen in.
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck? Sunblade out.
It's like, okay.
That's
see,
not
this
not
is
even a
why-
joke. Like Vellum's twitch reflex is, its sword is, the hilt is already out.
Like, see, this is why I wanted you to just look different instead of invisible. Because like I can't tell if you're just I can't tell if you're nearby, and that is very bothersome sometimes because I don't know if you just leave and I'm talking to an empty room or something, you know?
Vellum's
Right,
looking not so great. he's a little bit shaky. Eyes are like dinner plates. Don't do that to me, Jajar.
Noted. I'll fix that.
Yeah, do it like when we get to a place, not out on the street.
Yes.
Okay. Do you speak Dwarven?
No.
God, no one speaks Dwarven. Okay.
I would like to learn though.
You come from Mayland. Like, it just seems odd. Well, you don't, technically. And she points to Bella, like, you came from... It's fine. But,
Yeah,
Dejan,
yeah,
like,
not
I'm
much,
surprised.
not much call for it over there.
You would think being a scholar I would learn the language. No, I was preoccupied with something else.
It's fine, it's fine. It just, you know, again, it seems a little bit odd, but it's okay. I know you speak Demon. Do you speak Demon, Dejan?
No, I did. I got close to beginning to learning it, but
That's fine. It's a very. I like to think, perhaps I am biased, but I like to think that it is a very beautiful language. But that's just me. Anyway, so let's. We're getting close. And
You can hear the
going to like come around the corner and yeah.
as you enter as you enter his shop. You can hear around the back near where you've seen the back before, Vellum. This is typically his sort of smithing setup. His where his forge is. You can hear around the back the ting 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 ting. So he is in. He's currently working on something.
Yeah, Liska's just going to like knock and duck in.
Ting, ting, ting. You gather he's not heard you over the hammer.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. And she's going to swap to Dwarven. Hold on while I swap to Dwarven. Ravik Cinderblade, you old hammer tosser, where are you?
You immediately hear the hammer stop. Liska? Is that you?
It is. It's been quite a while, has it not?
Oh, I've been wondering when you return. Hold on. Okay. You hear the kind of clattering of metal, a couple of and he makes his way around front. You can see sort of blackened soot across his face as he holsters a hammer into the side of his apron. Oh, you brought friends as well. Hello, Willem.
I think.
Good to see you again.
Isn't there? And then at that point in time, she swapped back to trade time. Yes, so I brought Vellum, and she just kind of like looks off into the nothingness. Vellum, and
Jar closes the door and then becomes visible again.
Yeah, one of those spellcaster types, okay.
Yep.
She does magic things. But I came to visit to see how you are doing, and also to bring this. And she's going to, like, take the portable hole and throw it on the ground.
What are you doing to my shop?
Hold on. And she's going to reach down in and pull out the 2 huge fucking halves of the adamantine keystone and just kind of like set them on the ground.
Thud.
And then she's going to fold up the hole. Because there's other things in there that shouldn't be seen.
Yep. Well, there's, I got a bit here as well. Hang on. It just rummages in his bag of holding and pulls out huge helmets. Now, this may take a bit of work. I'm happy to help with that, but there's some in here as well.
Hang on. Is that what I think it is?
Don't come with you guys? I don't remember. Did everybody follow?
You never said.
Okay.
You were going to go look at the sun,
you can.
Alright. Nah, I don't know. Guess I'm gonna just log all this adamantine around with me.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah,
if you wanted to get, like, she didn't exclude you. She asked what you were gonna do, so feel free to come along if you wish.
I'm nah, not this time.
Oh, okay.
All right
then.
But yeah, then she's gonna be like, okay. Do you think that is enough?
Well, if that's what I think it is, that would definitely be enough. One moment. Let me show you what I've got so far. And he kind of waddles his way around the back, and you hear what sounds like the sort of rattling of metal. Heavy sounding metal. And he comes around having to sort of like struggle a bit as he dips, sort of forces to duck what looks like some sort of wooden mannequin underneath the door. And this mannequin's very tall, it's about 10 feet tall.
Oh, interesting.
Looks like he's had to make a custom armor stand for you to get the proportions right.
Nice.
A little bit of help, please.
Yeah, sure. And Liska's just gonna like take it with extreme ease and then just like set it down. And you go. Do you want to move somewhere else? Move somewhere else, or is this a good spot?
No, this is fine. This is fine. Now, look what I've got so far. And he begins showing you this immaculate-looking set of adamantine armor. You can see, if I recall correctly, I think the only thing missing from it was the pauldrons. And
So from the last time Liska was visiting, he had only, cause it's been a while. He had helm and gauntlets, and she gave him some more adamantine to work with, and that was the last thing she saw. So,
right.
So whatever he's made since then is.
If you take a look at what here, and he kind of takes something out from underneath the, or rather from behind the mannequin, sort of swivels it on top of the head. What appears to be this magnificent helmet of the best way I could describe it would be like Skyrim Daedric armor helmet. These two enormous horns where there's like the two gaps, two large kind of holes at either side of the temple for your horns to go through as well. So effectively, wearing this helmet, you could have like 4 horns. There is this almost Spartan-like face guard shape that kind of guards the bridge of the nose around the top of the brows, and sort of comes down to guard the cheeks. And let me grab something else here. And he takes out what looks like an affixable plume of blue feathers that sits straight on top of the head, and it looks like a sort of traditional Spartan helmet with horns.
That reminds me of home.
Hey, I thought it might. See, I've been doing a bit of studying into Torment's history. Just I want to get this right. This is the first time I've actually had someone commission a full set of adamantine armor, and he just stares stunned at the massive block of adamantine on the ground. I'd say that'll be enough to finish the pauldrons, the cuirass, the leggings.
So everything?
That'll be enough to complete the entire set. Might take me a while though. I've been waiting a while to start this project back up again. The lack of adamantine is the only bottleneck, and I've been waiting for you for quite some time.
Yes, a lot of adventures had happened.
Oh yeah,
since
you'll have
left. Fought in a couple of wars, killed a couple of dragons.
A couple of dragons, she says.
I have to maintain some, I have to stay on my game as the Grand Huntress of the Keep.
I have to retain your title.
Yep. But yeah, so I am very glad to hear that this will be more than enough. And I also happen to have maybe some more, I don't know if, and she motions to the stuff that Vellum pulled out. It's if you want to, make something for him or whatever.
I was looking at that glimmer of green around the head. Wait, I have to ask, is that a giant's helmet? Or is that just a recreational thing?
I'm guessing from where we found it, it is
that
a giant's
real?
helmet. Yes.
It's a giant's helmet. I also have the head that it would probably fit on as well, if you want that.
I'm good, thanks.
Are you sure? It's a very big skull. It would look good if you want to just like display it and the helmet on in your.
You know, I think that might be best displayed in the Hunter's Keep. I'll be honest.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You know, it's Rogue's Gallery across the main hall there. Might look good up there.
But yeah, so just wanted to stop by and drop this off, see what you've done so far, and it is looking very fantastic. I love it a lot. One thing I was curious about is, do you happen to have my mall finished?
Oh, right. See, after I well, quote unquote completed my part of the project with the armor, I had a bit of spare time. Here, one moment. And he kind of makes his way around back again. And you hear him kind of echo from beyond. You know, since you're getting adamantine armor, I figured I might improve it with something that would match. Not quite adamantine, but it looks visually impressive. And you watch him bring around this immaculately crafted enormous hammer, and instead of actually like lifting it himself, you can see he's sort of wheeling it on a small cart that looks like he's also commissioned someone to make.
Let's see him just making them get new shit left and right.
Yeah. And it's about as tall as you are, Willem. This sort of golden tinted or trimmed handle with this large sort of green tinted head. See, I had to do a few special techniques with that head to get it that green color. You know, there's a few new chemical reactions I've learned for metals doing that.
Oh. Well, she looks absolutely gorgeous, so may I?
By all means.
Right.
Well, I've been waiting for this for quite some months, and he kind of settles back and just watches.
And Liska's going to lift up her maul and kind of get a feel for it, move away from anybody that would be hit by this next demonstration, as she just kind of like goes through some quick. Dajar and Vellum would be very familiar with like her morning exercises, and she's gonna go do just some quick kind of katas and motions to kind of get a feel for it.
You know,
it's like, oh, it is very, very lovely. I love the balance of it.
Some of my best work, lass. Oh, also, if you don't fancy the green tinge to the armor and weapon, I can change it if you like. Wouldn't take much.
Like what do you mean? Like if I wanted it blue or something?
If you wanted it like a dark blue, dark colours, unfortunately. Fair enough. See, she's direct with her answer. I like this lass. She kind of talks to you, Dajar and Willem.
She's gonna like set it back down. Will that take some time, or is that just?
Oh, it's just a simple enchantment. I've got some contacts with a few runesmiths.
Alright. We're going to be here like for a day or so. Will that be enough time?
To make the rest of your armor? I don't think so.
Oh no, not the armor, but the
maul.
Yeah, to adjust the maul.
I should be fine.
Okay.
I can make it look like a dark mithril.
You just something blue, and she like kind of motion like picks at her cape or herself. It's like, yeah, you know, blue.
Blue it
Something like
is.
As for, is there now kind of here? Is there anything else that you might have that would anything new in your inventory that you happen to grab?
Oh, well, I do have a few unique things. Yeah, let me go ahead and check my inventory here.
And yeah, let's go. We can, at this point in time, we can move to.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
well, I
someone
had
else wants to
something. I was
RP
waiting
or-
for
yeah.
you to have your moment.
Oh yeah,
So we can.
go
He's
ahead.
just gonna
Venom.
look around. Vellum can do his thing.
Yeah.
Right, there was one matter about Liska's armor that I wanted to talk with you about.
Why?
I have a modification of some kind to help her out doing her work. So, if you wanted to let me help you on making, let's say, the greaves of it, and I can apply it while we're working, and it might speed up the process a bit.
Well, the greaves are already
Well-
done, but I get what you mean. I can. I mean, I wouldn't
It's
oppose.
done. I think it was the gloves, the helmet, and the. miss that part?
It's the leggings, the cuirass, and the yeah. It's a
Oh,
cuirass.
so like the entire legs. I thought it was just like the leg bit, not the greaves.
Yeah,
Because
the
I would say shoes, but they don't use shoes.
yeah. The leggings and the cuirass needs to be done.
Okay, well, I'll rephrase that. It's like he'd be willing to help him with some of the work if, you know, he'd help him get the modification on.
Well, I wouldn't
But
oppose.
yeah, I got the metal. Could probably get enough metal for the trait out of this. He sort of taps one of the 4 helmets he pulled out. God, those are heavy bitches. I'm glad they're out of my bag. So should be enough here, and if it's all right, if there's any left over, then you know I'll have some possible projects of my own with it. But we'll see how it goes.
With the amount here, we might be able to squeeze a bit of a project out.
Well, whatever's left, I might take with me, if that's all right.
By all means, it's your metal. I'm just the. Sorry, I'm blanking on words. I'm just a means to a forge.
Well, you're never just a forger. There's more to our craft than that, and I don't think you know that.
Oh, I know. I'm just being humble. And he gives a wry smirk.
And yeah, Velm will be there for probably most of the day.
Okay.
I do have to make some rolls, but they're pretty easy rolls, and chance.
Yeah.
And since he's helping, I'll have advantage. So I'll just do that in the background while someone else does things. But so there is a question, Janer.
Mhm.
How much adamantine? I never get this. I never remember it. The title team.
Either. At this point, we've discussed
Okay,
it so
either
much.
is
I
good.
don't
I'll
really
just say
care.
whatever's in my brain is
Adamantine.
fine.
Adamantine is, I think.
There you go.
Because I know
Oh,
your blacksmithing
how-
thing says like, tight or something.
I just have the traditional memorized. But anyway, how much adamantine can we get out of the helmets?
Of the
Because I know they're not
helmets,
entirely made up of it, but there is a
let's
lot.
see here. I'm just double checking something here.
Where's all my money gone?
Let's see.
Oh, it's because I'm technically
Total-
not there. Sorry.
So there's not much adamantine on the helmets. It's more like a trim, but you can get about £5 in total of adamantine.
Nice.
Across all the helmets in total.
Very nice. And okay, so I hate to bring this up now, Janer, but your embedding for metals is not working, so I don't know the value of them off the top of my head. Yeah, if you look at my journal, just all of them are just formulae. If you can just give me the handout for adamantine, then is it in the library? It should be in the library, right?
£1 of adamantine. I'll just show that.
Ah, it is there. Okay, sorry. I thought because it wasn't embedding, I didn't have access. That's what I thought. Okay.
There you go.
5,000 gold. Jesus.
Yes.
It's rare,
It's
man.
fucking pricey.
Yes.
The way to make it is lost to time. It's just basically whatever you find you can work with.
Yeah. I mean, I do have an adamantine idol that's worth 5,000. So apparently that's also.
We also
a
have
bank.
that phylactery, don't we?
Yep. I just did want to
Yep.
get that out in the.
Yeah, that weird
I
question.
mean, you could just surreptitiously palm it to me, and then I'll melt it down before anyone notices.
Yeah.
Just toss it in the kiln.
Yeah, that's 10 pounds. So that's 50.
Damn.
Jesus,
Mhm.
50,000.
It's a phylactery.
You're sitting on bank here.
Yep.
Who knew
So,
that
yeah,
phylacteries
if,
are incredibly expensive?
Yeah. Yeah. Who would we even go to that has that money to trade? Like,
Well, you know, some people may be looking for rare things, and that would be big bank. But you know.
yeah.
So, who?
All right. So sorry. Just
Okay.
so how much again? It's like how many pounds?
£5.
Okay. So could I get that dragged into my inventory if you would? So I have that on record.
I shall do so.
Yep. Because I don't know how much of this is going towards the trade yet, because it's 10% of however much full plate adamantine costs, which are what I'm working out now. So, full plate
Yeah, it's eye watering. You don't want to calculate it.
100.
I love D&D, but man, math.
10% on 750,000.
Wait, 10%? Just move the decimal place over.
I'm not smart enough for that.
Okay.
No question.
You said that.
It's literally moving the decimal place to the left once.
I know. Just for some reason, it made more sense just to use the calculator and then take that result.
You're good, friend.
All right, that should be in
All right,
your
so,
inventory.
So just to clarify, are we melting down? What are we melting down here? Because I already mentioned the helmets, and we already know what we're getting out of there.
So you're melting down the adamantine from the helmets and the entire chunk of the keystone.
Which is 30 pounds.
Okay. Do we want to melt down the phylactery while we're here? Because I don't know, like Vellum could do it on the road, but may as well just throw it into the pot now while we're here.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it, I trust Bravik. Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Like,
you
yeah,
may not
if-
even
if
notice.
Vellum-
Just dump it in. I'm
Yeah,
helping, so I can have it. I can do that.
I'd like to remind you, the keystone is, as you mentioned, 30 pounds. It's 5,000 gold per pound. That keystone alone is more worth than his entire building and city block.
Damn.
Alrighty, well, I'm slowing down the session, so I'll do the math later, but it's
Okay.
obvious that we have enough for me to add the trait.
Yes. Yeah, you definitely have enough.
Yeah, okay, so now that I've gotten the helmet amount out of the way, we know how much the keystone is, so that's already down on paper, and we can move on to somebody else while I do this. in the
Okay
background.
then. So, who wants to go next?
Most of what I have is shopping related. So
Okay. Did you want to do that after this session then?
Like
yeah,
actual
but-
vendor shopping or the roleplay?
Yeah.
mostly just actual shopping.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The only thing I could probably see taking roleplay is specific Tinker's stuff.
I mean, I'm gonna be heading over to the master smith of this place, the engineer. If you fucking want to talk to him and use his workshop, or if you want to do things on your own, that's okay. I just want to, invite people to be involved.
Yeah, I did say that Sal would join up with Angus a bit sooner than later, mostly because her stuff is short-lived.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is clear all, and I'm going to add Sayun and Angus. There we go. So, who do you want to meet first? Both of you.
Just from the top of my list, Sao would likely have gone to the tattoo artist, most definitely.
All right.
And then probably had a look through a few merchants in terms of miscellaneous stuff, mostly because she knows what she wants, but she doesn't know where to find it. That's the best way I can describe it.
So
like, you know a word, but you don't know where to, how to say it.
Okay, so yeah.
Other than that, just right over to Angus.
All right. So the rest of that, just so we're not turning this into a shopping episode, we'll say, in the first few hours, you kind of go around. Well, actually, we'll do the Angus thing first, and then we can say you will do your shopping.
We'll do the actual shopping after.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
After session.
So Angus, who do you want to meet first on your list?
So I have a few people I would like to meet, and I'll try for things not to be too long, But I also wanted to do some roleplay, but I feel kind of bad because I don't have party members with me, so I don't want to just solo hog the screen.
If it's important, it's important.
Okay. First, I'm actually gonna go to number 2. I'm gonna go meet Brasheim.
Ah, Brasheim. Okay. So, making your way. Last time you met Brasheim, he's typically held up in his office in the in Fort Hammerhurst. Over here. And as you make your way towards Fort Hammerhurst, you're noticing heavier presence of these Blackhand guards. But you are kind of cleared to enter. And as you enter Thirdrim's office, in fact, I actually have a thing here for it.
Oh. Oh, my spine.
Suddenly Angus's back cracks.
Yeah, sorry. I shifted and... Yo! My man's got the fucking stack. Alright.
So doesn't exactly... Ignore all the precious gold and stuff that's just there, like, this is just, it's not there.
That's obviously iron bars used to outfit the iron guard.
Yeah. Wink.
It just looks gold because the tint of the light. Yeah, wink.
Yeah. Theatre of the mind. So you enter Thirdrim's office. Appears to be a lot emptier than it used to be. The marble and stone busts of venerable iron guard of the past are now missing. The shelves are barren. As to is the desk, where you can see Thirdrim, who is not in his Iron Guard captain's armour. Instead, he's in plain clothes. He appears to be gathering up the rest of his things in a satchel. His face is grim and solemn, and he notices you as you kind of knock and enter. His face brightens somewhat. Oh, there it is.
Hey.
There's a face I was wondering if I'd ever see again. Looks like you've survived the bog.
We did. We got through, and he is notably looking around, and he's lingering on the empty spots. Got past and saved the cute. What's going on, lad?
And his face immediately kind of grows dour again. I'm being commanded to step down from my post. I'm being discharged.
What?
Why? No, you're...
It's an apparent dereliction of duty. The High King, he received some anonymous letter from about a supposed handyman activity in the Underhollows. So, the High King supposes mercenaries can do a better job. We've never found such activity in all my years of duty, so I can't say I'm not confused and disappointed by the whole thing, but those are the High King's orders. How about that, eh? I served this city for a good 15 years of my life, and what do I get? A kick in the teeth, is what.
How do you... You've done nothing! He is visibly shocked. How...
Those are the High King's orders, lad. It's not all doom and gloom. I've been thinking, I might move to Mountain Home. Start a small business. Maybe help out that temple of yours, eh?
Hey, that would... You're always welcome. I'm sorry. I don't mean to reignite any sort of feelings.
No.
Talking about this, it's just...
At this point, I've accepted it. It's a shame, but it is what it is. So them's the breaks, them's the High King's orders. That's what he's decreed.
But why would he make such an order when off of an anonymous tip? When you've got 15 years?
It beats me, lad. Beats me.
His tone comes down and he leans in. Is this what they're talking about when they say he's acting not quite right?
I don't think that's my place to say, lad.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right, I shouldn't. I'm just... Well, I came here to bring you good news. And whether or not you're stepping down or not, I promised I'd tell you, so here it is. And he retrieves from the sides and sets it on the table. The rune wall.
What's this?
This is bronze runic hammer. Taken from the city itself and its highest security chamber off of him himself.
You're gonna have to tell me the story of how you got this mole, lad.
You know,
I'd love to hear it.
But first, I have a surprise gift for you. Sorry, it's not the hammer. I need to hold on to that for some things ahead. But I wanted proof of saying we have liberated Northolm. I originally came here to come see you about rights to it, but instead I think we might get right down to a different business, as he pulls out a pitcher that he bought from the southern wall and is filled with the Oaken Enigma from the Flagon Wagon.
Sorry, yeah, I missed some of that. You broke up a bit.
Oh, he takes out a pitcher bought from the southern wall, which is filled with the Oaken Enigma, the alcohol from the Flagon Wagon.
Oh.
You see, this here's for you. Cat face. Sorry, I was just looking at the screen. You see, this is something that I found along the way, along abandoned forts, buried away in the basement. It was one of only 3 casks to survive, and boy oh boy, it's, how shall I say, robust and well seasoned.
Well aged, it looks
Literally
like.
hundreds of years old. Aye.
I tell you what, lad, it's bringing me some alcohol in this moment. It's quite a risk. You see, he's got that grin of someone who's trying to look jolly, but you can see on the inside he's God, what? So it's like the face Harold makes. You know, the dead inside smiling guy.
Oh, hide the pain.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps we need to see it more as celebration. Things may be changing, but this is for all of your great work and your great friendship to me.
Well,
besides, I might need someone to teach people how to watch over me temple. You know, I'm wanting to expand it a bit. I'll be needing somebody who knows their way around a few lads who don't know whether around the right side end of a sword. So, if being a rock farmer, a baker, doesn't suit you, I think there's some lads who would really appreciate the security in the coming times. What with the wars of the Greenskins, there'll always be a place for you.
You know what? He kind of takes it. It was a flask or a.
It is a large pitcher.
A large pitcher. With that, he takes a pitcher and just kind of cocks open the top and just chugs down a great big mouthful of this ale. You know what? I think I'd appreciate it.
And I would appreciate your excellent skill. As he nods his head.
Kind of holds out the pitcher to you, like as if to like a toast.
A toast. And he will take out his little endless flask and clink to it.
Tink.
Lad.
Oh, that packs a punch.
It is enough that you can take a match to it and blow upon it, and though you may not see it, you'll hear the flame. So be mindful.
I think I'll save the rest of this for on the road. I'm gonna tucks it away. But very much appreciated.
I was hoping I could talk to you at the time of official business, but now I'm perhaps seeking instead just the counsel of a friend. I saw the spirits, and I made an oath to them as they saved us. I'm gonna be rebuilding Northolm into a proper dwarven place, one not tainted by terrible curses. And he's going to pull up from around his armor a chain that has a different ring on it. I'm off to see some others about it. But just like this ring once was cursed, and I've lifted it, I'm gonna do the same for Northolm. I wanted to see if you knew the ways for me to go about the proper procedures of actually laying claim to it. Promised the souls I would, and well, Ashbite was keen enough to accept it.
Aye, lad. That's not something for me to greenlight. At least not anymore.
Now, but let's say I wasn't looking for the green light. Instead, I was looking for the counsel of a friend. Instead, he takes a heavy look as he stares around the empty area. What could I do to get that place and put you up there? After you've gotten your groove with the temple and you find some good lads, I want a good hold. I had visions. I need to make that place green again. And I had a vision of you. And in one moment, it was your passing. And in the other, it was your triumph. A sign of our choices mattering. I feel it matters. And I figure out how to make this proper. Could you point me at least who I need to talk to?
Well, I'm afraid that's for the Crown to decide. I mean, I'd certainly like to put in a good word for you, but I now no longer have the station to do that.
Maybe I can find an anonymous tipper and have them put a good word in. That seems to matter quite a bit, don't it?
Aye, apparently.
Well, then I'll have no choice but to go there, attending to a report. So I will have to request it to me then.
You'd love to help
But
me
still,
if I...
this is cause for celebration, right? We've reclaimed an old hold, and it was under your guidance, and you have an opportunity to perhaps move to new things, a better one.
I mean, the temple, it's still work in progress. It's I've been there recently myself. It's an old structure that's been left to rot for hundreds of years. You can't expect repairs overnight, but I tell you what, project's quickly turning into the pride and jewel of Mountainholm. At least that's what I expect it to become when it's done.
Oh, I'm hoping. I have a little surprise in store for you, but I'll get to that later. You know, a pride and joy, a shining jewel like that does need someone to watch over it. And, no offense, but, rather not be someone around here that's gonna darken up the atmosphere, you know. I'd rather have it shine silver than onyx.
What, like those guards?
It's different.
I don't like it.
I'm very uneasy, to be honest. Something doesn't feel homely.
Doesn't feel right. I don't know why. I just got this feeling in the pit of my stomach.
chefs learn anything, it's to trust your stomach. And be wary and careful on your roads.
Aye. But, on to new horizons, I guess.
Aye. Aye. Well, thankfully the horizon's pretty high. The mountain peak's right over there.
Aye.
Shouldn't be too far, but let me at least buy you a cart or something to get you a ride over there.
Well, thank you. I very much appreciate it.
Aye. Alright. And he will hand him reach into his bag and he'll hand him a couple platinum coins. Take this. Get yourself something nice. You know. Make sure you've got enough proper supplies for the road and whatever you think you might need when you get there. If you need anything, Silverhearth, it's their home. We'll take care of you.
You know what? And he kind of drops what he kind of sets what he's carrying on the table and just gives you a slap on the shoulder, pat. You know what? You're a good friend. Because nope, that's Angrim. He doesn't know you've renamed yourself to Angus yet, so.
Oops. Now they have it reversed. You know, it's a little embarrassing to say, but that was a nickname I gave myself. He's ashamed of the one originally, but I've learned to overcome such silly things. You can call me Angus.
He kind of steps out for a moment, looks you over. Angus it is then.
Hey.
I shan't pry. It's a bit of a personal matter, I imagine.
Wee bit. Well, I'll leave you to finish packing your things and hopefully not finish that pitcher, otherwise I don't think you'll be able to walk to the carts.
Oh, aye.
I have to meet a few more folks, but keep in touch, lad. I'll send you a message now and then. And if you can find one, have one of the lads send a message when you get to the home. Make sure that you're all there and well.
Aye, I'll make sure to send a raven.
Very well. He looks around the big empty office as he's about to step off. A lot of work went into this.
That it did, lad.
Should be proud.
Thank you. And I am proud. And I hope to do Mountain Home proud as well.
I know you will. I'm already proud of you. Until then, my friend.
Until then.
Until then. And that he'll step out. Fuck! Fuck, my friend got fired!
For a bullshit reason.
For a bullshit reason! How could this happen? Oh, I don't know. Fuck!
Should have unionized.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You can't unionize the king.
Not with that attitude.
So now I have to see the fucking princess. Or the king, if I can even manage the king.
That's what the Russians did. Unionized against the king.
Shit. I don't mean to be a sore loser. That might not be the answer here.
Boo,
oh boy.
Boo.
Well,
okay.
So then,
I guess
in
there's
order,
a subplot now to get Angus to be a new king.
Well, I mean, he's going to be making his own place. He could probably be the king of that place.
I'll get my own hold.
Multiple king queens. It's just there's only one.
I'll get my own hold with blackjack and hookers.
Oh, I have my.
Oh, with Brasheim and Helgas. So if that's the case, to do the thing I'd need to do, I would have to see somebody else. But I just had a scene. Would anyone else like to do anything before I try and fucking say hi to the princess and tell her, by the way, religious leader lady, curse is gone? Because I don't want to have me scene back to back with me scene and not even ask.
I'm kind of locked down for 8 hours, so I'm good until later.
Liska does need to go to the Hunter's Keep, but that's like, is there anyone else that needs to do roleplay?
I mean,
Does Grunko want to have any adventures? Is Dejar doing anything?
I do need to go talk to the Hunter's Keep. But I do, I could probably go see the tattoo lady. That's one of the things I really want to do.
Okay. So
No, I think Grunko wanted to see Tattoo Lady too.
Yeah, let's have a little check around, do some window shopping, which actually sounds really weird when it's about a tattoo shop, but
Just staring at people.
now that I think about it.
Very on brand for Grunko.
Yeah, see if there's anything that's there worth getting and need to get it for.
all right. So I'll just unlock the honorable honorable huntsman and the tattoo lady. There you
I
go.
keep getting like random shops popped up. Is that like people going there?
There's Jenner showing it because we can't actually access them. Also,
Right,
because it's not attached to our individual sheets, we have no money to spend.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
So it's a bit of a moot point.
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah, we had no money to spend because you've bound the viewing to the party token as opposed to our sheets.
Oh god, fucking damn it. Oh.
Yep. It's fine, we
Right.
can do shopping later.
yeah, do shopping later.
No money. I have no money.
Ah, yes, Mr. Ryder, South Wales.
Ah, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna look around in this shop a little bit, and then some other one can do something, and I'm gonna go to burn my retinas out.
Okay. Shall we alternate? We'll do the Hunter's Keep, shall we? And then we can do Angus's
Okay.
thing. Unless Tajal wants to do something.
Okay. No, we can do the Hunter's Keep first.
All right. So, as you enter the Hunter's Keep that you're so familiar with, for quite some number of years, let's go. I'll bring up the map. Sorry, the image. Okay. So you see, as you went to the main hall, you can see at the front desk there, Sahir Vadash is currently kind of writing a few things on a ledger. She notices you come in. Oh, this guy, it's been some time.
It has. I'm sorry for being away so long. A lot of, traveling over land and whatnot. And plus, a lot of things have happened. How is everything here? How's everything here been?
Well, things have been very slow as of late. I am quite sure that Lord Rathgar might have more details on that. We've been buried in investigations and paperwork. It has not been fun.
Why? What reason is there to? Why?
I do not know. It has been the king's orders. He has been.
Oh, okay. That explains it then.
Yes.
Liz is gonna kind of like look around the room for a second. Is there anyone else where they are?
There are a couple of hunters gathered around the main fire, the enormous main kind of fireplace lounge area in the main hall. They're kind of chatting amongst themselves.
And Liz is gonna be like, kind of shake her head, like, I will explain later when we have some time to catch up and over some of the drinks. But for now, I hope that all the paperwork doesn't include turning things in. And she's going to kind of get her bag of coaling out, and she's going to start pulling out the different stuff she harvested from Morgathax.
Oh, well, it would most certainly not. Thankfully, we have not been run out of business by royal decrees yet.
Plus, we always deliver, and we have a reputation that makes people realize, like, oh, hey, like, even with all this bullshit investigation, they probably are still really good at what they do.
That is true. Alright, let me see what you have. I will try to give you a price.
And Liska is going to... Let's see, let me get my shit out. Let's see, 45 pounds of dragon scales.
Okay, so give me a moment to kind of look through that, and I'll just to see what the price is there. Even I've forgotten.
Just as a quick note, I don't remember, but I vaguely recall a conversation about people wanting some scales. Was that resolved and this is what's left, or is this just what you happen to have?
Yeah, everything was everything was set aside because I know some people wanted scales for armor, and I don't know about the teeth.
I don't think the teeth was so much an issue as the scales.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as it's still sorted, I just couldn't remember if it had been.
So, I guess a very quick question: does anyone else have in their inventory dragon scales, black dragon scales?
I don't think so. No,
I do not, weirdly, and I think I was one of the people who wanted some.
Okay, who would want some, and how much? That can be taken care of very quickly.
Okay, how many? I'm not going to go take them all of them. I'm thinking a respectful amount, like a couple pounds.
Okay. Would 5 do for you?
Yes. Are they in 5 pound increments?
No, they're in 1 pound increments, but it's 45, so it's like, around 40. But if you want just like 2 or 3.
I mean, I'll take 5. I'm not going to slouch it more than I asked for.
I was the one that wanted.
Because I don't know what I'm going to use them for yet, but I know that the second we turn them in, gone.
Was it Dajar who wanted it? Because dragon scales tend to be used for like leathery-ish armors.
Yeah, that was the case.
So, what you... Jenner, do we know how much? Because
because I priced these before we did the recent kind of price shuffle with all the magic items. I'm just trying to see. That would be...
Oh, that's fine. Because at one point in time, we turned in green dragon scales for like enough to make a set of leather armor or hide armor.
Yep.
Hide? I think it was hide. Do we remember how many pounds that was?
45 pounds.
Okay, so in that case, do we want to instead just keep the 45 pounds? Because
each of
make
these...
some pitch and scale.
Yeah, this would be enough to make you a set of a black dragon scale mail. That would be medium armor.
Mortathax.
Mortathax armor. Nice.
Well, yes. I guess let's keep a hold of it then. I just flagged that up because I couldn't remember if it'd been resolved or not.
Yeah,
I'm sure
the younger.
Well, I guess sorry, continue, Jenner.
I was just saying. Liska, because of your experience with dragons, the younger a dragon is, the softer their scales tend to be, and thus, softer the scales, the softer the armor.
Luxuriously
the
small.
softer and smaller their scales tend to be. Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess the biggest question then is who's gonna wear this armor? Because if no one is, I'm just gonna sell it. Because what's the point of?
Well, I was planning on keeping it for potential future projects, not so much for armor. But yeah, it's your scales. It's down to you. If
I do want to keep at least.
We can use it for embellishment on something to increase values.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I do want to keep some of it just in case we want to decide to add embellishment or make a small trophy out of it, so we can, privately show off.
so, do we want to just give £5 to the crafters and then be done with it and just sell the rest?
Okay, so just for transparency, after doing a bit of math with the new price of magic items, dragon scales are 88 gold per pound.
Nice.
Hey Jan, I got a
Yes.
question. Are all the tattoos attunable now?
The tattoos?
Yeah, like do you have to attune to them, all of them?
You don't have to you don't have to attune to them, but you can only wear 3 tattoos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because with the under the tattoos thing, it says you have to attune to them, and it counts as a magic item.
I think it would count as a magic item, yes.
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
Like if
They're effectively magic items that you don't need to attune to. But
oh,
you
but
can
it says that they do count as towards attunement.
wait, hang on. I think I may have messed up here.
They count.
Oh.
Yeah, they count as a single magic item, with regard to the numbers of magic items you can attune to.
The thing is talking about each individual tattoo, because a moment later it says once you unattune to them, the needle comes back. So that means you have to attune to them individually.
Oh, right, hang on.
Is
Yeah,
that not what that means?
I may have messed up with the wording on there. I think it might be best if we address this after this session.
All right.
Right, that's my fault there.
It's okay.
Alright,
Okay, so first of all, with the so you want to keep the black dragon scales?
Yeah, give me 1 second, because I specifically was checking.
Do you
Actually,
want to
never
keep
mind.
them for now and talk about it in a week?
Well, never mind. Plate armor resistance is only 3,000 gold, so we'd actually get more just selling them now.
okay, might as well. Then I think I wanted to get either a claw or tooth.
I, for some reason, don't have any teeth.
How are you chewing your food?
You
I don't know. I think we fucked up her teeth.
Have you seen the size of her gullet? She has.
She was an old
thought
dragon.
you-
She just gummed her shit.
She just forced it down.
Ward
I mean,
it.
it's, sorry. So many unsettling thoughts.
I should have said that. I should have said that.
Anyway, so.
Are you okay, Greg?
He's
But
been
I-
above ground for too long. He's drying out.
Okay.
Buzz went down the wrong tube.
Okay, so we can get more for.
Selling them raw.
Yeah. Let's see. What is it? And I mean, yeah, selling them raw, and even taking the 5 off for the dragon scales would still be a gain. So, yeah. So let's.
Okay, so those who want it, say how many pounds they want in the chat, just to make it easier instead of the back and forth. And then we can continue.
I don't know how much we have.
45.
45?
But I'm not going to be too greedy with it, so...
I'm just going to ask
This
for
is-
an even 5 if that's okay, because that gives us a good amount to be able to make cool crafts and be like, oh, for the blue dragon, I made you this with the black dragon scales as accent, you know.
Are the 5? Is that £5 for both? Is that £5 for the party?
See, this
or
is why I
just
said
for-
about putting it in chat. Bellum wants £5. That is separate from. People suddenly started talking about grouping of scales, and I'm just like confused, which is why I thought clarity would be.
Okay, sorry. I realized it had that selected, and it wasn't me, so it wasn't obviously Angus that said that. Angus would like £5.
Okay. So £5.
Is
for
that
Angus,
acceptable?
£5 for Sable, for Bellum.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The rest
Yeah,
you
that's
can
okay.
as well. Did have some ideas for Sal, but nah,
I mean,
I'll probably find something else.
no wrong with Gramsum is why we're discussing it.
I prefer the money at this point.
And the money, yes. Money and a claw. That's it. That's it for me.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, I said my bit in there, so all good.
Okay, so £10 total, so y'all can embellish and do stuff.
I should just turn this into a vendor, shouldn't I? Where you can sell stuff.
Maybe. So let's see, 3960 minus 880, so that's 30 gold.
That might not be a bad idea, Jan, in terms of us
Yeah.
turning in rewards.
Yeah.
Plans for the future.
Yep.
Off to go.
I also like even that use of the Angus Ungrim change, but you still can't get my character and player names.
Well, that's because the party chat.
Ah,
that I
okay.
Saw you said.
it says my name and then Velmia. I get that.
So with it, oh shit! No, that's not. What the fuck just happened? Oh, go away! Go.
Be gone. Thought.
No, it pulled up info for Black Dragons. Okay, there it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, split that down. Oh, it automatically splits it? That's fun.
Oh yeah, there's some weird sorting going on with. It's in the settings. I think you can turn it off.
No, you can.
Sheet sort now is something I noticed while looking through the. So.
I think there's a macro here that you can.
Yeah, there is a macro that you can use. I have it pinned.
Yeah, you can pull out the stack thing, drag your character on, click it.
The game settings seem to be broken.
What
Oh boy.
What are you trying to do? Maybe I can help.
I just want to split it into. Well, it's a little late now, but I wanted to split it into 35.
Oh, from within the bag. Okay.
Yeah. Do not appreciate that.
I don't know.
Well,
if
actually, tell you, I think I found a way. Give me a second. Auto split, and then I'll edit you to 5, to quantity 5.
5.
Yeah, I mean, if you manually do it,
Quantity
that should work. There you go.
Yep. And then you shall be 35. Slightly annoying, but faster. Alright, go.
Okay.
And convert to gold. Let's see what that does. Nope, that wasn't enough. Let's see. 3080. Boop. Alright, cool. Alright. So, let's see. 16 dragon claws, 2 eyes, 1 gizzard, 1 heart, 2 horns. I have a dragon skull and a young dragon skull because of the green dragon, and then the
With a hole in it.
dragon tongue. Yep, it's the one with a hole.
How did the
Death by stone.
Question.
Yo.
How would you feel if I didn't realize you had all in character, but it makes complete sense. That is the one that Angus, while I wasn't here, killed with the stone through the brain. How would you feel if he offered to buy it off of you at equal or greater price than the keep?
Sure. Like, she only did it for monetary reasons, so yeah.
She already got plenty of prestige.
Okay, so the Dragon Claws...
She's the Dragon Huntress. She's the reason that the Hunters Keep in Duunhollow specializes in hunting dragons.
Absolutely badass.
Well,
I'm just saying, man, I kind of want that skull to tell a story about.
It was,
about the time I wasn't even there.
I mean, Lisk would know this. The Duunhollow Hunters Keep gained their experience from hunting dragons from the reign of Melanis, Bride of the Frozen Ruin. That was about 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So
and Liska kept hunting dragons after that fact.
Yeah, she did.
Not only that, she killed that person's son.
Yes, the wife and now the son.
Yes,
both dead.
So, just to speed things along here, the Dragon's Claws in total would fetch you about 480 gold.
Could you save one of those? At least the claw, one of the claw. Okay.
So that's 30 gold each. So that'd be 450.
450.
Okay.
Yes. The Dragon's Eyes, 40 gold each, so 80 gold in total for both the Dragon's Eyes. The Dragon Gizzard, that's 500 gold there.
Right, how much were the eyes?
Oh, sorry. The eyes were 40 gold each.
Oh, that's interesting. These were a lot more expensive last time. Okay.
Maybe it's because they're young dragons.
Oh no, those are mortifacts.
Oh,
maybe
that's weird.
Yeah, all this is mortifacts right, except for the young dragon skull.
So maybe I've forgotten the original prices for that. Oh no. Oh fuck it.
It's a good. We'll come to it.
Yeah. After session.
We'll deal with it
can
later.
probably be
It's some multiplier for like go from a young dragon to not an ancient, but an adult dragon. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So just do it now, and then we'll multiply it.
Just the money.
Yeah. So
perhaps more important than the money, you record what's sold, so that way you can cross-reference the value of the items and find an appropriate total sum.
Yep. Okay. So Dragon Gizzard would fetch you 500 gold. The Dragon Heart, 350. The Dragon Horn, there's 2 of them, so 500 each, so 1,000 gold.
Oh man, those are kind of the ones that Liska wants to keep. Okay.
That's
The
the way of
gizzard
it.
or what? What did she want to keep?
The horns, because there was a magic item. I forget what it was. It was like a mantle that used the horns, but I can't remember what it was.
Wasn't
Was it
the longbow?
Wouldn't you buy them back from the keep?
Was it? Oh, it might be. It might have been. Wait, was that it? That Liska wanted somebody to turn the horns into an oversized longbow for?
Yeah, that's
That'd
what
be
it was.
hilarious.
Oh shit.
I mean, you are the Grand Huntress. You could, by your status, quote unquote, buy them back from the keep.
I mean, at that point, if it's 1 for 1, might as well just keep it.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hold these and put them on display for me? I'm gonna come back and make a sick bow.
Dragon skull.
That's 1,200 gold. This is an adult dragon skull. It's about 2/3 the size of you, Liska.
Yeah.
And you go.
And then just the dragon tongue.
Got 60 gold.
And then she's gonna pull out.
Now is Liska wanting to kill like an ancient dragon just to have a skull large enough to be a bed.
Like race car bed, but with a dragon skull.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then she's not, because she remembered in some prior conversation with Angus on the road about him wanting to keep the green dragon skull. But she is going to pull it out and put it beside the adult dragon skull and be like, how much would this one be worth? I just kind of want an appraisal pricing.
The young dragon skull would fetch you around 900 gold.
Alright. Okay. And she puts that back. Alright, so with everything, hold on while I add up in add up in real life. Okay, so so the claws were 450 total, right? For the 16?
Yes.
Okay. And one of those, that's after taking one away. Okay, so
D&D and math.
Math and D.
Definitely make this a vendor.
One really appreciates how great D&D is from like an educational standpoint, because it's literally all just math.
Yeah.
It's just math and theater kids.
Math.
I mean,
it's literally what happens when you have a math major and a theater kid cross.
I literally watched one of my buddies do advanced trigonometry to do one single thing, and guess what that is? Ping a fucking ball bearing off a wall to distract a guard.
You see, that's just literally weaponized autism, and I seriously
It worked.
that.
I love that idea.
Okay, so are we... Okay, so question. We have the adult dragon skull was 1,200,
Yes.
right? And the young dragon skull was 9. So that is a 30% increase in cost?
Yep.
So, okay, in that case, let's do some quick math. Speaking of...
To Google.
So, altogether, with the 30% price hike for the other parts, that would be 3,072 plus... So, altogether, it goes out to 6,152 gold.
Nice.
All right.
Now,
And-
since there wasn't any active contract out for, specifically Mortithax or a Black Dragon, unfortunately, you don't get the double.
Don't get the double?
No.
Yeah. That's fine. I mean, she came in, she's like...
So here's some dragon bits.
So what have you ever thought about going around to the mages and being like, would y'all, like, we're thinking of hunting a black dragon. Would y'all be interested in any, and maybe getting something? Yeah, maybe getting something set up so we could. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's very shady.
That's very, very shady. I'm sure the mages of the Sapphire Assembly are smarter than that.
I have a question. Does she know Mortifacts? The bane of the fucking Warbog and things?
I mean, there's only so
About
many.
The fact that she's technically a celestial.
I think there's only so many adult black dragons out in the world that, I mean, she's probably assumes it's, like, can infer that it's Morthax, but Liska hasn't. If she asks, then yeah, Liska will tell her, but Liska hasn't had, doesn't feel the need to.
On a need-to-know basis.
Just curious.
But yeah, killed this one in its lair inside like a sunken temple of evil. It was interesting.
A sunken temple. I assume it is in its natural environment.
Yes, I had to kill it twice actually, which was kind of annoying, but it happens.
She gives you a very strange look at that.
It was a magic user.
A magic user.
Yeah, a magic. Like, look, and she's going to actually like get all the huge pile of scales. She's going to sit there and like, kind of, motion for. I already forgot her name, but like to come forward and just be like, look, you can see the magic. Yeah, see here. You can see the magic runes that she carved into her scales.
She kind of takes a close look at the scales for a moment. I had not noticed those. There are not many dragons that use magic.
Oh yeah, this one was a bitch. Also kidnapped one of our party members to make him create adamantine weapons to possibly take over. It doesn't matter. We killed her before that could happen, before she became like a lich dragon. So yeah, it was a thing.
You know what? Okay, let's keep things simple. I will buy these from you.
Good. That was the idea. That's why I came here. But yeah, so she don't. Yeah, and when we talk later over drinks, I will, I'll tell you the story. That party that party that I initially tested in.
Yes.
They are also here as well. They helped me kill it, so they might be using some of our rooms for themselves.
Very well.
Because, they are members, so just to give you a heads up.
I should let Rathgar know. He is currently in.
Oh, yes. Okay, I might have to talk to him then. Alright, is there anything... I mean, he is the Great Hunter, but is there anything that the Grand Huntress needs to take care of while I am here? Kind of see...
Well,
I do want to talk to everybody to see how they're doing, given the issues that we are currently facing. But
yes, unfortunately, there is not much to do around here right now. Things have been very, very slow in recent months. The only thing we've been doing is buying and selling rare crafting ingredients.
And I'll probably have to talk to the director about this, but have you given any thought to, because this king, she kind of like points downward to the ground beneath him, only has power to his borders, and we have power outside them. Have we given any thought to having a temporary emigration to our sister keeps?
That has come up a number of times, yes. I believe Rathgar is trying to sort out something similar. Unfortunately, royal bureaucracy and whatnot, it has been getting in our way a lot.
Yes. Well, as far as I know, this is still a free country where you can walk around and leave as you wish, but judging from what I've heard in my travels, that might not be the case for long.
It is a concerning turn of events. It feels like things have been escalating a bit. What with Black Hand now effectively running the streets of the capital.
Yes, we will have to. Well, Rathgar knows my views on the Black Hand and those who control it. So we will have to. I'll talk to you later about it.
Oh,
again, like we'll have some things to discuss. I have a couple of hours before I have to leave to go to the forges, but afterward, I'll come back and we can have just to sit down and catch up. Sound good?
Sounds very good. It is good to see you alive, Liska.
It is good to see you alive as well, Sahir. And Liska's going to kind of spend a little bit of time to go around from individual to individual, do the kind of like, I'm back, I'm here now.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do for you? Like, do you have anything that I can take care of? You know, just the
Yeah. You see plenty of
like
familiar
the way that we do with Rathgar, where he comes back after being gone for 6 months, and it's just like, okay, hey, this came up. I need to ask you about. Like, can you give me tips on how to do this or hunt this creature?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I noticed that. Just that kind of stuff.
Just standard stuff. Lots of familiar faces. Lots of laughs, shaking of hands.
Yeah.
Talk and chop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Right.
And that will be the thing for Liska for a while.
Okay. Let's see. We'll move back over to Angus, shall we?
Oz? Dejar?
Oh.
Yeah, Dejar would basically at the moment as Liska was going to do her thing in Hunter's Keep, he'd be lagging behind a little bit. Stopping off at the where is it? Why is this not aim? The Illustrated Woman?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's called? Yeah. So I want to go for right now. Then
The token is not there, so you can't open it.
No, I got the thing open. Rilla Mythweaver? Is that her name?
Gadri Mythweaver.
Gadri Mythweaver, okay. Yeah, Dejar will be going to the shop.
Alright. So is this a roleplay thing you want to do? Or just kind of purchase stuff?
Yes, a roleplay thing, really.
Alright. As you make your way into this very hidden away shop that's kind of sandwiched between two larger estates. It's very easy to miss this shop, but you know, as you do have a few connections with the Sapphire Assembly and now the Hunter's Keep, you are able to find this without much issue. Say spare for like an hour of asking around. So you enter. It's a fairly sort of enclosed space. There is the front desk, and behind it is a series of kind of reclining chairs with what looks like in the centre appears to be this cobbled together mishmash of sort of like arcane machinery and clockwork, and attached to this long thin tube is this sort of pen-like contraption, and you can see looks like to be a man in his sort of grizzled mid-40s, strapped with leather straps and sort of leather kind of studded leather sort of exterior. Looks to be a sort of hunter-like figure, probably a hunter from the Hunter's Keep. You can see he has his sleeve down and is currently being worked on by Gadri. And you can see these sparkling patterns as she weaves this intricate pattern with this pen-like contraption across his arm. I'll be with you in a minute.
Take your time.
Take a moment, and eventually she finishes up with her current customer, it seems, and kind of proudly smiles and displays this long serpent-like figure up his arm, and seems to walk out without much exchange of currency. You gather this is more of a prepaid sort of deal, like something you have to book for. a very specialist vendor, if you will.
Okay.
He kind of makes her way up to you. Hey, what can I do for you? And she kind of slams her arm on the table, and you can see kind of stained all across her fingers is these sparkling ink. You see a bit of it dashed across her face.
This one would like to know how you do what you do.
Hey, well, you see, I'm what they call a rune carver, or rune crafter. You see, I'm not, I don't typically use stone as my canvas. I like to use the body, the flesh, the artistry of the flesh, if you will.
Okay, I see.
If you want to learn what I do, you got to learn you some rune crafting.
How does one learn rune crafting?
Well, in this industry, you got to know someone. You've got to have connections, I'm afraid. That's just the way things are. That's just how these things work.
Hold on. I might know somebody, though they're very tight-lipped.
Ooh.
Her eyes are rolling for a second, like she's trying to think. Angus Brackenbrick?
I've heard of a Brackenbrick.
Mountain guard.
A Brackenbrick mountain guard. Oh, is there two now?
I only know. Look, I only know one that's certainly a cook, but he's.
I don't know of any cook.
But he's a holy man who does things with spirits. He has a big tank.
Oh, you mean Angrim?
Is that his name? That's not what he told me.
Well, I don't know what you've been through. That's only what I've heard. His name's Angrim Brackenbrick. Apparently, he was one of the folk who saved the High King back during the attack on the city.
Right. Okay. That's him. Sorry, I have a lot of on my mind. Yes, that's him. He's very tight-lipped on the matter. I don't.
Oh,
I am.
You know him?
Yes, I know him. We fought together. Fought a black dragon that was in the Moorbog together. That's.
Right. Okay. So, do you want to buy a tattoo or not? Do you want to book an appointment?
I do want to.
Alright. Well, I've got a selection here. You can see on the menu there. Just going to point you out to this almost like how they do with like barbershops. Various pictures of hairstyles. And other tattoo shops, various samples of artworks. You can see that they're sort of neatly arrayed around the shop here. And she walks you through each of them. You know, flame fist tattoos, various marks of the dragon, mark of the deep, mark of the dryad, various elemental fist tattoos. The one that tattoos of swiftness. Others that give you different forms of vision and perception.
He points to this one, the one of the Mage's Eye. That's... What's this one do?
Well, it's something I learned from the Sapphire Assembly. It's if you have that inscribed into, say, your forehead, you can use it about give or take 3 times a day, and be able to see various spectrums of magic that you otherwise wouldn't be able to see.
I didn't know how to do that one, so that's off the case. How about... He looks over to this one. Looks like a mark of the Dryad. That's very interesting.
Now that one, about once every day or so, if you have that inscribed onto you. Most people who want that prefer it on their arm. How it's styled as like various veins and stuff. If you concentrate real hard, you can shoot out those tangled veins, wrap them around someone's feet.
I think I might get this one.
Alright, Mark of the Dryad. So, I'm going to need your name. I'm going to need a time you want to be appointed for.
Can we do it in the morning?
Tomorrow morning? Let me see, it kind of flicks through a few ledgers. Let's see, this morning, I can book you in for, let's see, 8 in the morning until 9. Otherwise, I'm quite fully booked, I'm afraid.
That would work.
Alright, so that will be 1,000 gold up front, or 10 platinum, whatever your preference.
She drops off 10 platinum.
That's actually 100.
Sorry,
platinum.
100 platinum. My bad.
Oh, platinum stats. Okay, I'm getting confused there.
There you go.
10 platinum slats.
There you go.
100 platinum for 1,000 gold. Say, man, that's a big discount.
Yeah.
No,
Having a material shortage.
no, it's easier. I just do the gold. I have the gold on me. It's the platinum's in my
Empties out
bag.
by a pile of gold, bag upside down. Shake.
Kind of, you set the bag of 1,000 gold on the desk. Hey, one moment. She kind of hefts it up.
Why does she ask for 1,000 individual gold coins? It's her own fault.
She kind of hefts it up, sticks it under the desk. You hear the kind of locking of some sort of lockbox. Right, well, come back in the morning at 8 in the morning, and I'll get you ready.
Alright then. Thank you very much. Once I've learned rune crafting, hopefully from somebody, I'll come back to learn this.
See, lessons that'll cost you extra, and she kind of taps her nose a bit.
How much?
10 platinum.
Right, that I can teach you, but for about 50 gold an hour. How's that? To teach you a long-standing tradition of my people. But I wouldn't say a no to an bit of an extra coin in my pocket. But the business to run after all.
Sure.
Alright, I'll have to check out me schedules. See if I can't wiggle your way in for a day's worth of a lesson.
Okay.
Again, she flips through her ledger. No. Oh, Throstmere's fully booked. How does I should have to kind of look at the dates as well. Let's see. How does Sander the 14th sound?
Okay.
To interrupt here, Spice, be aware of when you can actually travel back to Duunhollow to complete this. I'm just stating it now, because you might not be able to be there if we run into something. This goes for any day you could, by the way.
Fair point. Gotta think for a moment. I don't know if I can per se. I'll be traveling to Tahoe, but I may not be able to get back here in time for that.
Well, I'm afraid I'm fully booked for the next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks.
If I use the Ascending spell to probably book another appointment when I'm at Tahoe's, could we arrange something then?
Aye, well, if you got the means to travel from Tahoe to Duunhollow.
I do.
Right, well, as soon as you get to Tahoe, just send me a spell, as you call it. I'll see what I can fit you in.
All right then. Thank you very much.
All right, be back here in the morning at 8.
Gotcha.
And with that, we're seen off. Okay. So, is that what you want to do, Deja?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Shall we return to Angus?
Just so we're aware.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I just want to do this real quick. Okay.
Was I muted?
Yes. Yes, you were.
I was just saying, hey, to be careful of time.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome. We can do that if we want, yeah.
Yeah, we can do the sort of introductory thing.
Alright, so I'm leaving the Iron Quarter at Fort Hammerhurst. I'll stop along a barber along the way.
Okay.
Find the nearest place that I can.
Nearest barber. You probably find that in the Copper Quarter or the Silver District, or the Bronze Quarter, your choice.
I'll go to the Bronze Quarter because it's on the way.
Alright. We'll just stick you there.
Awesome. I'll find one. And try and look for a pretty nice place. It's not going to cheap out on anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Go up. Just...
So you want the fancy stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that'll be
he's looking to look nice.
That'll be the Emerald Circle.
So we go.
So, asking around, it's not too difficult to find a very fancy-looking barbershop that specializes in. Of course, you're in a dwarven capital city. They do specialize in all sorts of hair, head hair, facial hair, beard weaving, beard beads, kind of jewellery for the beard as well, at an extra cost.
A dwarven city without a barber is not a dwarven city.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. To which point he rolls up seeing that, and he lays down a couple platinum coins.
Oh,
Tink on the
couple
counter.
platinum, going all out. Okay then.
I need the works.
Well, the works it is, lad.
I've just spent about 4 months in the Morbog after marching across all Island to get to the bloody wall, and I smell and feel like shite. Turn me into a rugged flower, and please take care of this. As he goes on the big mustache.
Oh, I thought he was
Make
pointing
it
towards his
look
dick
lovely.
or something. That's like,
No.
happy ending, please.
No.
As he kind of stuffs the platinum in his pocket, he kind of tells everyone. He kind of tells everyone. Actually, he goes to this really nice looking sort of barbershop chair and just chews out one of the nobles who's like midway through getting his hair cut.
Sorry. We're just gonna. Oh, you paid 4 silvers? Sorry, buddy.
Mm-hmm. And
Oops.
with that, you get like a good 3-hour like work down of just snipping, cutting, trimming, ointments, oils, fragrances. It is just the full 9 yards, and by the end of it, you just look like a completely different person altogether.
As long as I look nice.
You're very nice, actually.
If I give them my prayer beads, are they able to braid it in onto my mutton chops?
How much platinum did you give them? Did you give them again?
I gave them like 2 or 3 platinum, so like, I don't know, 20 or 30 gold.
30 gold for a barber shop. Okay. Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm gonna go have to see the princess and be like, can I have this, please? I want to look nice.
Yeah. Yeah, with that, they are able to weave those beads into your beard. Beard? No, mustache. Yeah. I'm gonna have to read your Angus after this, aren't I?
Well, maybe.
No, I wouldn't mind. It's great.
Well, he has been using the powder that she gave him for the magnificent mustache.
Oh yeah,
the golden powder. So it is larger, so you might just have to like transform scale up.
Yeah. Yep. It's
Well,
pretty accurate to what's in the chat there. In fact, they can they can also probably braid your mustache with that as well.
Oh no, I don't need the braid. I need the big curl.
Oh, okay then.
Oh yeah.
Big curl it is. Yeah. So 3 hours go by, and you come out looking brand spanking new. Your head has been polished. Your mustache is gleaming and ornamented with all sorts of all those immaculate prayer beads. You look magnificent, Angus. Fabulous.
Magnificent, fabulous, amazing. Oh, to the promenade.
And you
so
thought
yeah.
elves would want to pamper themselves. Nah, dwarves.
Well, where do you think we learned the concept? So, yeah, he's gonna make his way up.
Alright, so making your way over to the...
I think... Would she be at the King's Promenade, or would she be in the Duunhollow district?
Well, only one way to find out. We could head over to the King's Promenade for, to start with, I guess.
Promenade.
Promenade.
So I would likely be heading towards
Bro
the
lemonade,
Duunhollow
got it.
district at some point.
Okay.
So, and speaking of, this is a good place to pause and let you prepare for next time.
Yes, actually. So, with your new fancy mustache in tow, you make your way over towards the King's Promenade to hopefully meet with Tora. And
Absolutely.
we'll end the session there.
Don't forget to stop your recording.
Yep. I shall stop recording in 3, 2, 1.